How is he that fucking cool?
He just is. He just is.
He's so cool. I freaking love that guy.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. Yeah, he was on the round table a few weeks ago, and he was the first artist we had that came on, and he did a live sketch with us, and he did an Emma Frost sketch. And he was taking some stuff and like, hey, some little things to put into the card from chat, from the guest host and stuff like that. So it was just great to see. Yeah, it's awesome. Kept Crockpot says the pay scale for pack pulled Marvel cards is absolutely ludicrous. Exactly, yeah. And to me, that's where I think there should be more. This is my own personal opinion. There should be more value placed on commissions from artists, maybe their card stock or other card stock, because of the fact that it's something that they have more time and energy to put into. They have more, not every artist, but they have more love put into that commission piece than that pack pulled piece. But I understand why people, they value the pack pulled stuff. I get it. So what's up, fellas? How are you?
What's up? What's up?
Oh man, I'm flushed. I'm flushed.
We can fuck
great.
off now, Nate. Let's leave it to the professionals.
These guys are here.
We'll pick it up from here, man.
So, Swam, what are we doing?
Oh god.
Oh wow, they just did. They just
They did.
off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure.
okay.
We just went backstage. You guys can't see us.
The weight of responsibility just
It's shifted directly to you. Do you see how you took that leadership role on him?
hit the floor.
Well, I made sure I said it. I said, all right, Swami, let's go. I think Dan did too. We both jumped right on.
The only problem is that you guys can't control like the chat and stuff like that. So
Can you make me big?
Yeah, let me get you in the big.
I got.
I'm going to get you in the big
this
spot
today.
I'm going to get you big. Swamp, are you going to do a screen share or anything like that?
Oh my god.
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Thank
Nice.
you, man.
I'm happy with it, man.
Was that part of your guys' trade you did?
I traded for this.
Oh, you traded all that for that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good trade.
For
both of you.
Man, I'm happy to have this card, dude. Happy to have this card. I think I'm done with Gwen now. Like I should probably get her PMG, but I think I'm done with Gwen. I think I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah, you got a lot.
Swam, if you want to get your screen share set up, I can get that up there for you and everything. And then Jake and I are going to pop off for a couple minutes to grab something to eat and use the restroom if that's okay.
Sure.
How do you dispose of the bodies people who collect your characters? Well, we can't discuss that here on this live stream. Matt, send me a message. Jake and I were talking about this yesterday. I got a perfect way to do it for you.
Yeah.
Please tell me he isn't a She-Hulk collector.
No.
All right, Swamp, so you should be good to go. You guys can see the comments, right? Mel, if you guys can see all those.
Yep.
All right, so if you guys want to go ahead, you can read off any comments you want to read off. Swami, you got your screen shares going. Jake and I are going to pop out to use the restroom, grab something to eat real quick, and then we'll be back.
Yeah, you're good.
Thanks,
all right.
Appreciate you.
See ya. All right, so I got a game here. It's pretty much pick one. I list cards that sold for the same price, and when I normally do it, I kind of make like what's your top speculation. Top spec is the game that I call it, and it's a blast. It kind of brings out like what people think about different cards and stuff. This time around, I wasn't too serious on like the specking part as much as because this is my first time doing it with these guys, and it's like kind of like a lighter situation here. So, we'll go through it. I think these three have seen how it's done, but the first slot I have is old CGC and new CGC. What do you guys think?
I like the old CGC, the blue labels. Specifically for Marvel, though. Everything else, I'm cool with the black labels. I think it looks nice. But for comic cards, in general, I like the blue labels to match with the comic books. I think it's nice for collectors to have the blue labels. But for everything else, I like the black labels.
Any other thoughts?
Me too, pretty much.
Sorry, who's that?
What's up, Shiggity?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, dude? I was just gonna say the new label for me feels very like clinical and professional and I don't know, like office style. I feel like this would be something that like an accountant would design. Like it's very like to the book kind of.
Well, PSA is
label.
the same, right? It's very clean,
Yeah, it's
minimal.
gross. It sucks. Yeah, it's awful. But this is like such a contrast between the two, right? The old one was like much more fun and lackadaisy. I mean, it's just in the middle of the not middle, the right in, and then even the grade used to be off center.
Yeah, it was.
Box.
Yeah,
like that used to be all over the place, and it's like a weird blue, and then it went to like blue to white. Like it's been through so many transitions, and now it feels very like particular and straight and like documented, and I don't know, it feels very serious.
It's stale. Stale's the word for me.
Yeah, maybe that's
stale.
it.
I
I don't,
think
like, I don't like the barcode on the front. I'd rather have it on the back, like the blue label where it's got the sticker on the back and everything. I don't really want to see the barcode.
Yeah, technical, right?
Yeah.
There's no passion. There's no excitement in this label. That's for sure.
Right.
so. I had been grading a lot with PSA like for years before CGC opened up, and within the first week of CGC announcing that they were grading cards, I sent to them. So I always used to grade Pokemon. I was a big Pokemon guy.
Mm-hmm.
And CGC, they opened up in 2020, and I was just so pumped because to me, I always think PSA Michael Jordan, right? I think like PSA is sports cards. It's sports cards. Professional sports authenticator isn't that the term? So CGC, I always thought of them with comic books. And so comic books are like the fantasy world, the made up world, the non-sports, not real life world. I was like, that's perfect. So I sent to my Pokemon in that first week. I love CGC. I love their original label. It goes with their comic books. I don't know. I think when they combined with their sports grading company, CSG, they had to come up with this label. And I think because of that, it probably makes sense to go with this more just plain Jane, label, because it's covering everything, every non-TCG, every sports card. So I think
I could see more like, I don't think I could see a lot of sports collectors switching from PSA to CGC with the blue label, but I could see even a couple switching over from PSA to CGC with the white label because it's kind of similar to PSA, and the slabs are just clearer and typically better than the PSA slabs. But I don't think that they would have with the blue. I think it's too much of a stark difference.
right.
CGC, it reminds you of a BGS label, like people are saying in the chat, or another big major grading company. But the blue labels are distinctly the comic books, in my opinion.
Why can't we have both?
That's what I said. I would prefer the blue for the comic book cards.
I would prefer blue for all non-sport
or non-sport. Yeah.
Why did they combine? Why did
I don't know.
CSG and CGC combine?
It's the 2 rolls 1 printer principle, I think. Like you got to switch printer every time you want to print a label for just on the technical aspect of printing a label.
That makes sense.
They're on these huge rolls, and like you've got to go in and change the option to which printer you want to, print from that roll from each time you want to do it for a label.
Difficult. You're talking 2 labels. Let's shut down Coke, Pepsi, anything that has multiple labels going on soda cans. It's like it's not that hard. But I get what you're saying. They're trying to save costs.
I don't even think the label is the issue. I honestly don't think the label being, Swan mentioned their clinical. I thought that was a good word for it. sorry, sterile. But I don't think the label's the issue. I think it's the change in label, because PSA has always been sterile, right? Like it's always been like the pharmacy version of a label. But going from like a fun, colorful, like scented type, I mean, you see it right there. That's a fun looking label. Going from that to one, I mean, it's like going from, I don't know, like watching daytime like drama TV or whatever to like watching the news. Like,
Yeah.
You didn't tune in to watch the news. You tuned in to watch the drama channel thing. Like it's, I don't know. It's like just not what people expect from CGC. I think it is what it is for me. It's whereas you expect that from PSA, like you know what you're getting. Whereas now you don't know what you're getting with CGC. It's kind of muddied the water a little bit, I think.
Matt Fuller says the new label has all of the excitement of a Nickelback concert.
Oh, geez.
So a couple of things. One, are you sending these in for auto 10s, these 9.5s for the new label?
Well,
and then the other thing I did read Do in the chat, he mentioned the comic book covers. That's probably the biggest thing where I will miss the old label, because it matches up with your comic book. So they'll take a comic book cover image, stick it on a card, and you can have that card slab up next to your real slab, and it'll look good. I mean, I've seen photos of it done, but other than that, I guess I won't. Anyway, are you upgrading these 9.5s to 10s? Matt says,
are you a collector or a seller?
I'm upgrading them all to sell.
Yeah, see, Dan has it. We can't make you big.
We can't make them big, but
I know. So that's the Gwen as a 9.8, and then you have the go a little bit over.
To the other way?
Yep,
there you go.
Yep,
there you go.
Perfect. And then the 10.
That's
Up there
cool.
making you big.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why we were all excited when it
Right.
came out.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is something we could do. And
Yeah, that looks great.
Now they're taking it away. It's like, oh, okay.
And I do think that there were some comic book collectors that started getting into the cards because of this. I feel like there was at least more awareness about it, and maybe that's their purchase for, Christmas, or their one like splurge purchase for a week. But now I don't think they're gonna want to do that. There's no point of grabbing the card with the same image on it, if it doesn't match the label.
It would have been great for selling, like sell the card and the comic together.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been great for us, but I guess not.
Well, the chat's got me distraught because I was going to send in these 9.5s for some 10s, but these are my PC. These are PC cards, but I was going to send them in, but everyone's like, no, don't do it.
I have a few
to
reslab Swammey. I have like 6 or 7 that are going to go.
Yeah.
I can go get them if you want, but yeah.
I think I'm going to send in like quick strikes. These two in particular, this Mystique Lucky 8 and this SDCC Spider-Man, I'm not selling them. I have no plans to sell them. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking I would like it in a 10, but I don't know.
So if you send it in for the upgrade, you get the black, the new label,
the one in the center. Yeah.
They should. If you send it in, you get a 10 back in the blue label.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'd be sick.
Cut that off at a date. But
yeah, if you that would be awesome if they did that. If you sent it in before July, whatever, you could get it back in a blue label.
But what they're saying is that the blue label always had the 9.5s as gem mint,
right?
And to their new grading standard, they're making the 10s gem mint, so you get the 10.
Oh,
right?
gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
You get the same. Technically, you get the same grade.
Right.
There's another cover.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's a 10 already, right?
Yeah.
So does that get upgraded? No, because there's no more
No.
perfect 10, right? It's just pristine 10, and that's the max.
Yeah. Here's some that I'm sending, Swami. This one
Yeah,
looks
so
great.
you got
Those
that
those low
lineage.
pops are worth sending in, I think. Like the Lucky 8, I'd probably send in, and the yeah, that's a sick card. Rainbow Flow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these cards are pretty hard to grade.
Heck yeah. This one.
Oh yeah,
Get
definitely.
in a 10. See, I don't know, man. It's like, shoot, a 10's a 10. I think that's why they're doing this whole thing, is because I think PSA has been benefiting from their 10 and not
They
having.
could have just did that and said send in your 9.5s and we'll give you the upgrade. But that's what they did with CSG originally. When they changed that grading scale, you were able to just send it in for $5 and then they upgraded all of your grades to the new level of whatever it was. Like I wish that they did that. They didn't. They think that this has more probably legs for the future. What are you gonna do?
So
I don't think that they were thinking about Marvel in this or DC. You know, they were thinking about sports, Pokemon, and market share.
I need to know who's that illustrator is.
Blake Martinez or something, right?
It was like just sitting on his desk. Like, that's not a small card right there. That's like a.
Well, that's why
heavy...
when that was the first slide, I was like, wait, how are we supposed to spec this? I'm picking the illustrator.
Real quick.
All day.
Can I go big?
Oh,
I got a little stack here that I'm gonna send in. Yeah, so diamond out of 10. You got another one, Black Widow, X-23 Ruby. Let's go.
Dang.
And then this Deadpool. Yeah,
That's sick.
that'd be
I
cool.
like that Gamora, Swami.
Even if it's a 9.5, the power report will still have it as a 10 if you don't send it in, right? I don't know.
Big strike. Iron Man.
Ooh.
Yeah, it will change. The current 9.5s change to 10s in the pop report.
Because it's the same label as Gem Mint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then any new 9.5s it'll basically start at 0 July 12th, and then it will be added to the
Beauties.
9.5.
Embrace.
The Embrace in a 10, it's like this doesn't exist.
Those
Foreign cards.
King Embrace.
Your comment yesterday had me rolling.
Swami, I feel like you're a Marvel collector. You collect Marvel.
Yeah. Sorry, bud. I moved on. I moved on to bigger and nicer looking things.
So I actually had a question for Fausto about the upgrade, because I have a bunch of cards stuck on ComC that are graded. That are 9.5s. Are they going to send it back for me? I mean,
Oh yeah, how does
they're
that
just
work?
stuck
with the
on ComC.
thing?
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't.
You might have to call ComC or CGC, because if you send them in, I'm sure they'll just do it for you. But
I talked to Fausto about that specifically, and he said that they are in the process of working on that with ComC to get that as an option in the submission system, to where you can send it in for the reholder.
That's a good question.
I bet there's a
didn't
bunch
even
of
think
people
about
that have
it.
cards stuck on there.
Yeah.
Graded.
Yeah, you don't want to have to pay the extra $5 or whatever it's going to be, plus the shipping home and
Right.
shipping there.
You
Yeah,
ship it
that's
home
crazy.
first, then ship it to CGC.
Right. Right. Welcome back, guys.
all right,
Yeah, it is.
so we got the
It is
first slide
only-
here.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Start off with a decent one. So the one on the left, I'm pretty sure they printed like 400 and some. They did this in 2013. 2013, it was an insert, and they just kind of took the same style as 1990s Marvel Universe and just put in new artwork, or a Ghost Spider neon blue from 2022. Which one would you guys rather get?
I'm gonna go. So, do we just call out what we would do, or I forgot
Yeah,
about
what you would do and what? Like, so these are already purchased. Which
Yep.
purchase do you like more and why?
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
go.
2013.
Oh, sorry, Melfi. Go on,
Sorry.
son.
I'm gonna go 2013. Why? Because it's older. I think I like the nostalgia vibe to it, and the Ghost Spider has so many different parallels of that I think that the 2013 over time will be looked at in a better light than the neon blue Ghost Spider. I think that card is great, and I like that card, but personally, I would go with the 2013.
I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna buy the Gwen. I'm gonna upgrade it to the 10 because I reckon in 5 years' time, the nostalgia of everybody being so like hyped on Spider-Man metal, they're gonna look back at it, and that's gonna be one of the first big sets they look at. And then when they get me profits off that, after they've all hyped up after the Gwen, I'm going to go and buy the Storm with the profits off that. And when everybody's caught up to 2013, then I'll sell the Storm.
It's probably the
Oh.
smarter move.
It's just what I would do.
I keep forgetting about the 9.5 upgrade already.
Yeah.
Too slow.
Yeah.
Too slow, Melfi. You've lost.
Yeah.
You've lost.
I'm not in that
money's gone.
mindset.
Pretty collectible price though. I mean,
Both are, yeah.
yeah. That was just a little taste, a little teaser. You any other thoughts?
I mean, I would say the Storm just is a better looking card. It's just a better looking card. Image wise for me.
Storm's
fantastic.
Hey,
Can
you're
anybody?
unmuted.
Yeah. Anybody mute him?
I don't think we're able to.
Retro, can you blue can you mute him?
Nate, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Get
Oh,
out of that
sorry.
That's a
cardboard
little loud.
box
No, I'm
you're in,
good.
man.
I'm backing up. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem.
It's not like you're moving next week or anything. Stop it.
I guess it
All right,
depends
so
how long you're holding on. If it's long term, I'd probably go Storm. If it's short term, I'd do Spider. Go Spider.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Oh, which one do you like more?
Storm all day, 1,000%. There's absolutely 100%. I think the Storm is miles further ahead in quality than the metal card for me, honestly.
It's a banger. I mean, even this Iron Man, Spider Woman in the back, it's a banger. I mean, besides her pose, how bad she looks.
Yeah.
This is more of like a character collecting type purchase, in my opinion. I think you're just kind of picking it up because you buy Gwen cards, you know. But
yeah, I mean that Storm card, like to touch on that, like I would buy that because of the artwork. I would literally buy that card. I think that's awesome. Yeah.
Condition rarity is a thing though, and Spider-Man Metal, we all know the print quality wasn't like the best, so a
That card
9.5 in
looks
that
clean.
card. Yeah, a 9.5
card
in that
looks-
card is pretty good.
That
And
card
it's
looks
gonna be
clean.
a 10
They
soon.
both do.
Right, and it's a 10. So
And it's a Clayton Crane artwork as well. Because I've got the 9.8 book to it, and it sells for a
point.
reasonable amount of money.
Oh.
Ghost Spider #1.
Wow.
I've got it somewhere, but I can't be asked getting it. But I've got it behind me.
all right, sorry, we're keeping it pushing. All right, we've got a 9.5 Sabrina's Alakazam Unlimited Hollow, or a Wolverine Decades Crazy Prism PSA 10 2020 Marvel Ages.
both are $89.
Both sold for $89. I think I
Wow.
switched to this where it's like they just sold for the same amount. Anybody can go.
Alakazam all day,
Too easy.
definitely. It's not even a choice for me.
Yeah.
That's vastly underpriced for me, undervalued.
Yeah.
The Alakazam.
It is unlimited, but it's still a pretty good price. And now it's a CGC 10.
Exactly.
It's hollow,
It's hollow.
vintage.
But we also have to remember that that's a 23-year-old card, right?
Right.
And this one's 3 years old. So in 20 years, that Wolverine might be really good.
Yeah. It is. Marvel Ages isn't. I'm trying to think, like, Marvel Ages in 20 years, is that considered like a premium
Well,
product? Is that what?
The inserts are really well done. The
Yeah.
base set is a low tier annual level, but the inserts are nice. So
So
we never had it in person.
the card is 3 years old, but Wolverine is way older than Alakazam.
Right. But I'm just
So
talking about the year of the card. How long does it have to gain? You know what I mean? Value.
I think there's probably a wider range of collectors that the Wolverine would appeal to.
Because if you got a 10-year-old right now, in 20 years he's 30, he might try to pull back for that card.
Yeah, it's a good
You know what I
point.
mean? But
This is a good comp.
It's a long view for it though.
Lognet says that he's the one that sold this for 89.
Really? Hey, I just sold that Wolverine.
I kind of like that Wolverine. You know,
Me too. I think it's cool.
I'm looking. I can't find the 1990s Marvel Ages, but the decades 1960s insert. There's only 93 cards graded. You know, I mean,
I have Spider-Man 9.5. Should I send it in for a 10?
Yeah, why not?
Spider-Man decades
60s, yeah.
Oh man, hell yeah, $5.
Why not? Yeah.
It's on ComC. Send it in.
Yeah, I love the card. The color, like this thing, you'll see this card from across the room.
Yeah,
Sabrina
in hand they
Relative
look
Lamp,
really cool too.
You'll see that thing from across the room. But and there's not that many of them. I don't know how many there could be. I'll be honest, but there's not many graded. Yeah.
What's up, Ozzy?
All right. What's that?
I was saying hi to someone in chat. Ozzy.
Okay. We're gonna keep it pushing there. All right, so we've got a Marvel Masterpieces Fleer foil, the Rainbow Foil Venom, or a Charizard V-Star Universe PSA 10.
I know which one I'm going.
I'd go
Yeah, we
Venom.
know where you're
I'm going Venom all day.
Yeah,
That's
I would
one of the
go
best Venom artworks like ever on a card, in my opinion. I'm going Venom all day.
And again, you get the conversion over to the 10 too, right? So
yeah, and that one would actually look sick with the black label and that card.
it goes well, right?
Yeah.
Like the Gwyn that Dan was showing earlier goes really well with the blue label, but this goes really well with the black label.
Yeah, good point. He's got it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, guys. Really he has the card, so you got to take a drink.
Got a drink. Got a drink. But the foil is really nice. I'm trying to show you because the image is kind of dark, and it's actually a lot brighter than that. But yeah, great card. Can't wait to get it in a 10, eh?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. And there's a million of those Pokemon cards. So
I don't know whether I'd change that to a 10. I think maybe I'd just like to keep it as it was. Because you could always pick that card up and get it in a 10, really. There's quite a few of those foils from Masterpieces.
Chat, get your hashtag.
I think I'd like to keep it as it was, the Venom, and try and get another one.
Get your hashtag MentalCons in, guys. We're gonna do a giveaway in a little bit.
Try and get another one.
Yeah.
Really? That's not as easy as you think. I mean, they're all like at least 50. I have seen a lot of raw sales sell for more than $50.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Of just
like
the
it.
Venom.
I just like the Venom in the with the blue. Just for me.
I do. I don't know. Gosh, everyone's messing with me. So the foil parallel, there should be about 4K of each character printed.
There you go.
It's higher than I was thinking.
Yeah, the
It's quite a
gold
lot.
borders, those are like 800. But how many are still out there, and how many are going to grade gem mint? For how cool of a card it is, I'm going Venom all day over the Chari.
Yeah.
Me
Not
too.
even
Me
a
too,
question.
yeah.
I mean, I think you could probably get all three in a 9 or a 9.5 Beckett for like $90. I'd just do that. If I wanted these cards, I'd just get the 9.5s for, because I think they came out with 3 different Charizards, and I think for all 3 you can get them all for like $100. But anyway,
I was just about to throw that in. I wanted to give a bit of context on the Pokemon side stuff, and you just did it. Yeah, it's really not that fantastic of a crazy price card. The Charizard, it's not that difficult to pick up and get. So the Venom for me seems way more enticing in comparison with that context.
You've spoke to this before on your guys' podcast. This is the Japanese version too that plays into it as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Big time. I mean, the English version is cheaper. You know, it's definitely cheaper, but the quality is terrible. So there's also that. There's like so many nuances with Pokemon at the moment, and their printing. But that Venom, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's like art. That's artwork, right? That's incredible. That picture is like. I mean, I didn't even have to think about it. You know, me and Melfi both said straight away it was an easy choice.
well, cool.
I haven't seen any comments in chat in favor of the Charizard.
Okay. It's one of Venom's best. It's a little unfair. The artwork is, and it's not as dark as that too. You get a lot more. But okay, you've got a Todd McFarlane 1989 Gem Mint Wolverine, a Miriam, and a Wave Refractor, which I believe is out of like 75 or 99 of Veda, Darth Vader.
Is Miriam really 99? I just sold it for like 70.
Well, the raw. So when I'm looking up on eBay, I might not have looked at when she sold. This might have been like 6 weeks ago. I have no idea.
So it might have been like shortly after initial release.
Is she down from this point?
Yeah, I sold mine at like, I think I sold mine for like 75 or $80.
Yeah.
So she may be down slightly from this, but still, I mean, it's initial release. If you use that as a comparison, it's the only one that's not graded. Do we know where the graded versions are selling of her right now?
Probably 9 is probably a raw price, right?
Yeah, and I don't think there's many back yet. I haven't seen too many people shouting about them. But I got to be honest, like, can we talk about that Darth Vader right now? Like, that's insane.
Yeah,
I know. I'm torn between the Wolverine and the Vader, just because if the Vader's serial number, that's important. But 1989, and you can bump it to a 10.
Put that Vader in that new black CGC,
dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, shit.
Get that thing cracked, cross over, maybe get the 9.5 at CGC, and then bump it to the 10.
Yeah.
Dan, which one are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm either Wolvie or Vader. I don't know. That's a classic Vader art. Wolvie, it's going to be hard to find a Gem Mint copy of Wolvie out there. So I'm real torn on those two.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, the McFarlane set, it isn't. I've got a couple of sets, and they're quite decent. The condition is decent. They go a bit yellow. That's all. But you can get some half decent grades on them. I'm going to go for the Vader.
It's centering. It's centering is the issue with McFarlane. But
yeah,
I graded
exactly that. Yeah,
I think I graded 5 Wolverines, and this was the only Gem Mint that I got, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan,
They're
those
all
McFarlane cards
original.
look good. So
Yeah,
I think, sorry, go ahead, Oak.
I was just gonna say the Miriam, like, it's a trainer card. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I get the hype. It's cute. Like, look at it. It's very visually appealing, but it's not Darth Vader. Like,
Yeah,
let's get real.
and I
It's
don't
not
think
Wolverine.
long term it stays where it's at just because of how much they're printed compared to the other
Yeah.
two.
There's no way. Can you imagine back in base set when we were pulling cards and the chase being a trainer card? No, they were the trash. I can't shake that.
And
Well-
the one thing I do like about the Wolverine is that it's brown suit Wolverine. So I mean that's a little biased too because I like brown suit Wolverine more than the others, but we don't get that very often in the modern sets or even really any sets. Do we get the brown suit Wolverine very often? So I mean that adds a little extra to it as well, in my opinion.
And it's Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
He's brown.
Now, one thing we're not seeing here is, and this is just comparison wise, we're not seeing an SGC slab, and that's not to say pull one up, but the chat had said that the Wolverine looks good in the CGC slab. It sure does, but imagine what that would look like with the black border in an SGC slab. It makes the card stand out even that much more. Like you guys had said with the Vader and the
black looks
CGC
good
with the
with
black
purple.
label, it's kind of the same concept. You get that contrast with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
agree.
it's time to drink
I'm
because I got that Vader.
I'm going.
I think he
Vader.
picked cards. I think he picked cards that he has just for the drinking. Show us the Vader again.
Honestly, I saw some cards. I'll show it real quick. I saw some cards, and that Vader just happened to work out.
See, it looks more like an X Fractor to me.
This is
Why
an
did-
X Fractor.
Oh, that is the X Fractor.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have the
Is it a
wings
different-
in.
No, I don't
It's a
have these
different pattern.
specific.
Oh,
blades.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. it's a
All right,
different
chat. You didn't have to
pattern,
drink on that one. He doesn't have the at card.
All right.
A couple people said
Alright.
Wolverine. I think
Yeah,
that was a
Chat's
good
kind of
one. That
mixed.
was a
Chat's
mix.
kind of
Yeah.
mixed on it. But I haven't seen anybody say Miriam in this instance.
Nah.
I mean,
And
to
I
me,
wouldn't either.
if these are kind of like $99, it's still kind of like a pretty collectible price. Like a lot of people can do that fairly easily. You know, maybe they think about it a little bit, but if you're gonna get it for your PC, it's got to be either Vader or Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it's I didn't know that Miriam was already way down in price. I honestly had no idea.
Yeah. Chat hashtag MentalCon. We'll give you another minute here. We'll do a giveaway real quick. We got 64 watching and only 53 entries. Hashtag MentalCon. Get them going.
Oof.
Oh,
All right, next up, we've got a sketch card of Deadpool that went for $150. We've got this 2000 Bandai Cardass anime collection. You got Charizard, Pikachu, and others. I like the way they name that, by the way. They pretty much name all of those like that. They just name the biggest character and then there's others. And then you've got start with this purple with the purple border on this card is great. This is out of 25. So yeah, you've got a sketch. I don't know the pop on the Cardass and
Do you know the artist on the sketch card?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's fine. Because that does play a role in the sketch card itself. But I'm probably taking the Pokemon in this one, even though the Star Wars is out of 25. It's raw graded. It's probably going to get a 9 because the centering is off. Just looking at that image, and that's without even seeing the back of the card, which, knowing the card stock itself, probably does have a little tiny bit of whiting either on the edges or one of the corners at least. So probably a 9 there. But being that that's 2,000 Pokemon and you have all those, you get key characters in there, that's where I'm going, is that Pokemon.
Matt named the artist like immediately.
Merritt Michaels.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Matt's great to have here because he's like, yep, that guy.
Yeah. I'm dropping the Star Wars on this one, and it's between the Pokemon and the Deadpool for me. I love the Deadpool sketch. Like, I'm trying to figure out, I don't know, like what the mentality is supposed to be. Is it flipper, collector? Because if it's collector, I'm going Deadpool, and if I just want to probably like flip, I'm going Pokemon most likely.
Yeah, and I was looking at it more of like if I'm going to get this and I'm going to hold it from a sort of an investment standpoint versus, like you said, though, like the collector, yeah, for sure, I'm taking the Deadpool.
Yeah.
But like if I'm going to hold this for 10, 20 more years and then do something with the card, then I'm taking the Pokemon.
It's a late card ass one though. If it was like 96 or if it was one of the earlier Japanese card ass, I might be more inclined. I'm really on the fence with these. I love all three of them so much. These are fantastic.
I love this game.
Yeah, this set is the hardest for me out of the ones you've done so far. The purple matching Mace and obviously Pokemon unbiased, but the Deadpool like looks really good quality. So they've all got like such positives in different ways. I don't know which I'd probably have to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Honestly, I'm on the fence.
I like it. Let's drink some mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, baby.
Which one would you pick, Swam?
Do you have all three?
Yeah.
Like,
well.
Man, you know, it's tough. So for me,
Jay says Deadpool. Armando says the galaxies are getting harder.
That Deadpool is so cool. I completely understand why it's $150.
Yeah.
The Pokemon, yes, I get it too. It's got Charizard and Pikachu on there with Ash. But Mace Windu, purple lightsaber, like Samuel L. Jackson, he's like, I'll play your Jedi if I get a purple lightsaber because I'm a pimp, right? This is like I would only buy one Mace Windu card and that would be it. That card is so cool.
It's the best for sure.
Yeah.
Dan, did you choose?
Neok?
Yeah, what did you choose one?
Yeah, I'm torn and see. I think you guys hit all the good points. Leaning more toward Deadpool, I guess, but if I was more of a collector for anything Mace, probably that Mace. Like that's probably somebody's Grail Mace Windu card, you know? Like that art is just stunning.
You imagine that on display on your desk. Like if like someone saw it, they'd be like, "Wow, what is that?" That is so visually appealing. That Mace Windu. Retro, what about you?
Usually what I do is I leave the desk.
Mace all day, just eye candy, just instant eye candy.
Sweet, right?
You can get, yeah. I'm not going to care about the centering or the grade or whichever. It's just instant eye candy. Yeah, and I love it. Yeah.
Jay says I could pretend the Star Wars card is Nick Fury with a lightsaber.
Oki, you should know I'm more of a Kenobi collector.
Oh boy.
How about you, Shig?
I take the Star Wars. I mean, I don't do sketch cards. So it's not really appealing to me. It's good, but there's a lot of negative space there too. It's not like,
Yeah.
Good point.
there's a lot left.
Bryce says he's got the gold window out of 50 from Finest, if anyone wants it.
Yeah, the color match for his lightsaber, that's pretty much the draw. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I mean, he's only got one card.
Yeah, we're going to do a giveaway. As soon as Swam wraps up with this one, we'll do a giveaway here for the chat.
Okay.
I think Bryce was saying he wants to give a giveaway for a gold Windu out of 50, right?
Is that what he said?
He said if anyone wants it, I want it.
There we go. Done deal. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, Jeff. How you doing?
How's it going, man? Zoom in on my face, why don't you?
We got the MentalCon 23 pedigree on the back. So all the slabs that we have for the MentalCon stuff all have the MentalCon pedigree on the back. Some of the guest donated ones do not have the pedigree, however.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's so awesome.
All right, Swami, you're back up, sir.
Okay, 150. What are these Punishers out of? I can't remember.
99, maybe?
99 for the.
They are 99.
Yeah.
So out of 99, Punisher, you got Ahsoka Tano. You guys might not know who that is. Kind of a big deal in the Star Wars world. You got her out of 25 and a 10, and you've got a Squirrel Deck Blastoise 9, selling for $150.
I'm gonna get mine straight out of the way. Ahsoka. No
Mine too.
contest.
I'm with you, Jake.
Yeah.
I agree on that.
Not even close on that.
Yeah, Ahsoka.
Any other thoughts? Glad this was easy.
No, that was easy. Yeah, she's gonna have a big push. She's
I
already
don't
getting
think
one.
any of the three are very awesome images, but the Ahsoka is definitely the best.
The Blastoise is cool because that came from that like Squirtle deck. Like it was its own box, right? And it had the whole line, and it has some like specific imagery used on that deck. So that's like cool, but you could find that same art on a different card, right?
Right.
Let's see.
There's one other variation.
The Game Boy promo or something.
Yeah.
Chat says Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'm going
Ahsoka.
Okay,
I'm glad that was easy.
listen, I get the Ahsoka part, right? It's the orange refractor. It's at a 25, but like the artwork, it's kind of boring, right? It's just like standing there with the arms crossed. Like I'd like a little bit more of a exciting character art there. Just to play devil's advocate, like that seems like the no-brainer.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. Because I literally was going to make a slide because I had 3 of her cards pulled up. They all sold for $150, all 3 different artworks. So I took it out. And I'm like, that's not going to work tonight. It can't be just like one character.
How is this more exciting? $1 more. How is this more expensive than that Mace card? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All day it would have been.
No sense.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. This Blastoise used to be 10s used to go like less than $100. So this is very popular. It's the Game Boy. It was the original image on the Game Boy. But if we're all Ahsoka, I got plenty of slides. We'll keep it pushing. So we kind of jump up in price here to $2,200. You got the Dark Phoenix green PMG out of 10. So this is Wolverine. I think this is Cyclops. This is Iron Man. And then you've got the Charizard, EX Hollow, PSA 10, and a Dark Magician Girl first edition 2003 PSA 9.
So that PMG Phoenix went for 2,200 raw. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, this is hard.
Guys, for the wheel giveaways, if you're wondering, for every $150 raised, we'll be doing giveaways on the wheel for Wounded Warrior Project 2. So keep those donations going. That helps out a lot.
$14.93 currently.
$14.93. Yep. Even though we don't have any auctions going right now, the donations do help trigger giveaways. So
heck yeah, that's awesome. Giveaway.
So even if you only donate $100, if everybody that's in chat right now donates $1, sorry, that's another $60, $65. That gets us to the next one. We got a few more we got to do yet too. So
hit that like button before you donate.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And hit that like button. Yeah.
Good looking out, buddy.
Subscribe.
So what do we got here? We got the Green Phoenix. That's is that 2015 or 2013? Which one is that?
I feel like that has to be special, right? If it's selling for 2,200, like my gut is saying like that has to be the best card. If that's selling raw for 2,200,
there's like 10 of them, right?
Well, there's only 10.
Yeah, there's only 10.
Yeah, and then we got a 2008,
2003
Charizard.
How many Charizards are there out there?
Oh, how rare is that card?
The condition rarity is
it's tough. Yeah, condition rarity is tough.
Yeah.
And then we got the 2000. I'm tossing the Yu-Gi-Oh right off the bat. I don't know anything about it because I completely screwed up and mixed it up with the Magic the other night, so I can't pick that. I don't even know what set it belongs to.
It's a big one, and that has a possibility of being a regrade elsewhere at a higher grade too. It's only a 9 at PSA, so that has potential.
Yeah, I'd probably still take in the Phoenix, and that's probably just Marvel bias.
Real quick, the Dark Magician Girl is, let me see, let's just make sure. Magician's Force 2003.
Magic, right?
Dark Magician Girl is pop 347.
Okay.
The Charizard is pop 155, and then you've got the 10 of the Phoenix.
So we would still need another 15 sets with Phoenix in it to have as many green PMGs, and all of them would have to be graded just to meet the Charizard.
This Charizard, yep.
Yeah.
The
I'm
Charizard's
taking the Phoenix.
155 in a 10 or 155 total?
In a 10.
Yeah, I'm taking the Phoenix.
Yeah, the total is a lot higher. He's got 1,326 graded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. The Phoenix seems like the logical play to me, and I'm not even.
To me, it seems like the one that has the most room for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-PMGs.
And then somebody made a comment here about the Charizard itself, the image. Southern says the Charizard image is meh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if I like that image more, I might.
Like, honestly, if it didn't say Charizard, just looking at it real quick on the screen, I wouldn't have guessed Charizard. Like if I just glanced at the 3 cards, like I know that's Phoenix, but I couldn't tell that was Charizard just glancing at the card.
It's one of his least liked. Some people love it, but I think they have an imagination. I think they have an imagination of what getting rid of this border looks like in the rest of this artwork.
They're picturing the rest of the image. Southern asked what year the Phoenix was from.
So it's 2015. Check this out.
Okay.
I picked it. This is one of my early pickups too in the hobby.
Ooh.
But it's so good because you get the Iron Man, you get the Cyclops. I don't know if you can see like Wolverine and Storm kind of getting blasted away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super nice.
Sweet.
No, you don't get that on the green though.
Why do they keep Iron
you get
Man?
a little bit of it in the imaging, but not much in the foil.
Like a shadow of him.
Yeah.
Why'd they keep Iron Man colored in? Stupid.
I know, right? I think because if they made him green, then it would cut off like a portion of her. Maybe it didn't look right, or maybe they just didn't care. I don't know.
Or, maybe they just didn't catch it. Like, oops, afterwards.
Yeah, I'm going Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts? We'll keep it pushing.
Which would you take, Swam?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
It'd be close. I like Dark Magician Girl, but I'd prefer her in a 10.
I'd take Dark Magician Girl. I'd just diversify a little bit here. You know, I don't have any Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Throw one in there.
She's a good choice.
I think.
All right, next up, we're keeping it around $150. We got a Stussy.
Oh my gosh! Did that seriously only sell for $150?
It did. I sold my higher sale.
SGC 10 for like $250 not even that long ago.
It was an auction, and I think it sold at ended at a bad time. I remember looking at this like, really?
That's a great looking card.
So Stussy, Spidey. Don't know the pops on any of these. This Wave Refractor, I think, is at a 99. You got the classic characters there, and then Gyarados, Howlon Phantoms, Japanese. One of my favorites.
Doom says Mr. Cartoon all day. So this says Mr. Cartoon all day. I can't really pick because I'm going to be biased against the Spidey. I mean, if I'm just picking at this, like, because before I was like, okay, what's my long-term play on it? Here I would just be biased and just take the Star Wars one. I think that's a cool image with Hans and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That's my only reasoning to pick that card. Other than that, I don't have any preference on the 3.
I think I'm going to go for the Gyarados because that's one of the best images of him. I like that card. I love that card. It's amazing.
Yeah, you can't underestimate that card. I mean, it's a big one. Holland Phantoms is a huge, massive set. Like people pay crazy money for Holland Phantoms.
It wasn't printed a lot, right?
Sorry.
But I am wearing a Chewbacca shirt right now, so I feel like I have to say Chewbacca.
Very nice. Yeah, you got some mixed points there. You got
Iconic image on the Star Wars. That's so true.
yeah.
If you haven't held this Gyarados in hand,
I mean, it looks great.
The coloring. So it's coming down like with like a sunset on the ocean, and the purple goes insane with the foiling.
It looks almost like a rainbow foil.
It is, and it just. It's one of the best looking Gyarados. There's like purple on his back, blue, green. It's all in there. Really nice card in hand.
Yeah, it really is a special card, honestly.
If I had to choose one, I liked Stussy before they blew up in price to like huge amounts of money. And then this is a great card. But if I had to you could never have one of these images ever again, I'd take the Gyarados.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, looking at it from like that, probably. Because, like you said, Swan, the color is really, really good on that card.
It is. It's insane. There's glare in this photo. I mean, man, in hand, so cool.
Chat, we just broke we were over 1,500 as well, so thank you for that.
Nice.
Nice.
So let's do another giveaway real quick.
All right, we'll do a giveaway.
We do have a few more that we have to do to get kind of caught up, but I want to space them out. I don't want to just run them over and over. Now, chat, it's not pulling through all the hashtags, so please get your hashtags in. So we can go ahead and do another one here. Hashtag MentalCon, chat, get those in. We're going to figure out why these aren't pulling through because it should just keep pulling everybody's stuff through. But go ahead, get those hashtag MentalCons in.
Some people in the chat liking the Stussy Spidey. I mean, that is the lowest price I've seen, especially for a 10. I mean,
yeah, because most of them had been. I mean, they not that long ago, like 4 or 5 months ago, they were up near $400, $500 for the 10s.
I think it was just an auction that ended at a poor time.
Because even recently, when I sold my SGC 10, I had sold that just higher than the recent PSA 10s were. I sold it like 250-ish. And the recent PSA 10s were at like 225, 230, I think.
What is the centering like on those cards? Is it usually pretty shit? The ones I've seen,
I wouldn't buy a pack.
But I've never.
Yeah, don't buy a pack. Just go buy the cards. Because there's like 2 packs, I think, isn't there? Like there's 2 differing packs to get the whole set. It's not a very big set, but they do have a Wolverine. I think there's a Surfer in there as well. Because Jake, didn't you just pick up the Surfer? I think I have that to send to you. But,
yeah.
I know there's a Wolverine in there. But...
There's Doom in there, isn't there? There's I can't remember the whole set.
Doom asked, any more auctions planned?
The next auctions are going to be when we have artists back on, and I'm just going to check the schedule for you guys because I know that's important. So the schedule has the next artist. The only auction that we had that didn't sell was a Wonder Woman sketch from Ariel Mamani. We can run that again if anybody's interested in that. If you guys are interested in that, we can run that again.
Yes, Oak.
But the next artist is going to be in the morning. We'll have Michael Munshaw will be on, and then Fred and Ian will be the next one after that. So tomorrow morning, let's see, 6 a.m. Eastern, Michael Munshaw will be on. 11 a.m. Eastern, Fred and Ian will be on, and they're giving away 2 blank commission cards. They don't, guys. Fred and Ian don't do commission artwork as far as sketch card stuff. So the fact that they're offering that up and they're pushing it in front of other work that they already have scheduled, so that way they can finish those and have those 2 sketch cards out to the winners by the end of July, is amazing. And they donated a ton of signed prints and everything. And there's already, to let you know, we've already got some pre-bids on that from people that can't watch on YouTube because of the country they live in. So those are going to be big. So definitely be prepared for those. But yeah, so tomorrow we got in the morning, Michael Munshall is going to be on at 6 a.m. Eastern. He'll also be back at 1 p.m. Eastern. Fred and Ian at 11 a.m. Eastern. We have Dre's going to be on 3 p.m. Old Man Venom, Joseph Reed, he's going to be on at 4 p.m. And then we have Ash Gonzalez at 7 p.m. Those are all Eastern times as well. So, but yeah, we'll just be doing mostly giveaways. So in order to get the giveaways, you got to go through and do the donations to get those $150 increments. So we do have a few more giveaways we have to do yet this evening and through the overnight hours as well. So,
Nathan, can I give something away?
you sure can, Dan.
Okay. I thought of two things, and the winner can pick which one they want. This Storm Gold Bullion.
Wow.
Nice.
Or this one's maybe a little different, but so in Fleer Ultra Avengers, I got a blaster box, and yeah, this is just the base card, but behind it was just the back. So if you wanted, I was thinking of reaching out to what's her name, Crystal Faye,
Joking.
the artist, and see if she would do like a blank sketch on this. So if somebody wants,
That's really freaking cool.
That's really
You
cool.
just
It's like half
pulled
the
that
thickness,
one,
right?
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
half the thickness, right? Yeah, because it's usually two pieces sandwiched together.
come out right. Yeah. So
Huh.
it's like a blank sketch card if anyone wants that.
And there's a lot of collectors out there that love those error cards.
I think we
That's
should
crazy.
auction that, Nate. I think we should
Right.
auction that.
Auction
don't you
auction it as a
draw
blank
that?
sketch card.
So
What do you want to do, Dan? You want to give it away, or it's your call? They're your stuff, man. We do it either way you want.
Well,
Chat's probably
yeah,
like,
sure.
do the giveaway.
yeah, I don't know, but
because you could get that card with the Mockingbird back on it, and then have her
Yeah.
potentially do a sketch on it. Now, obviously, you'd want to know if she could first, though. But
yeah, I haven't on the list of all the other stuff going on. Yeah, I haven't reached out to her, but if anyone wants or whatever you
I
guys
would imagine. I would
your
imagine
show.
she would. I mean, she's an artist and she does that sort of stuff. So I would imagine if you gave her a medium or something to use as a. Yeah, what the hell, Swam? Where are you at on the laughter there? Come on, man. Lighten the mood.
Y'all getting me intense,
Well,
man.
I know.
Getting,
I couldn't,
I'm ready. Let's
couldn't
do
do it.
something
That's why I
fun.
had to tag JK. I
Serious.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, let's do something fun. Have we
Yeah.
got any more cards, Swamp?
You got any more? Swami? We had
Hey,
any more
didn't
slides?
Well,
you? All right.
yeah, I got it pulled up here.
Yeah, I got you.
Right,
Ooh,
can I
So-
start?
Kurosawa.
So I was sitting there and I was thinking, I in terms of mental stuff, it wasn't for me personally, but my wife and I went to couples therapy last year.
Mhm.
And after COVID, I started working from home. Just things changed up. We got in a bad habit. We got into bad habits, communication habits, and they started stacking up on each other. I still don't know how we got to where we were. And looking back, I don't know how I still don't know how we ever got there. We're great now, but I can't even tell you how we got to such bad communication. But I'd never gone to therapy or anything, and I put it off for a year. I was like, no, we don't need it. We're always good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I put it off for a year. A year of my life was spent unhappy when it could have been another amazing year with my wife. Wanted to throw that out there because, that's my, I've been thinking about it, what to say coming on MentalCon. I've never, usually I don't even know when I'm depressed. Like I realize it like 3 days after I'm done being depressed. I'm like, oh, maybe I was depressed because life, I'm like perky,
Mhm.
I'm kind of one of those guys that doesn't realize where he's at until he's out of it. But the therapy and talking to somebody, that was huge. And it didn't take long. I think I think we had like a intro session with the lady, and by the next session, everything was like you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. Is what I'd say about that. And now I'm here, back to love and life. Her and I are fantastic. My favorite person in the world. It doesn't matter if they're your favorite person in the world. You can get into some bad habits, communication wise. I mean, but also mentally, I know how it can go. It can be tough. I mean, I don't want to start writing a book here, but
no, you're good. But yeah, I think a lot of people struggle with that, and I did too. You know, like I said, I got out in 2011 out of the service, and I just started seeing a therapist this past year. And for me, being able to meet up with somebody like Jake and be able to talk to him and have similar experiences as far as like what we went through and to the points that we got and where we're at right now, it's important to be able to just find somebody that you can talk to, that you can trust enough in that conversation. And a therapist is a good person because, you know, that confidentiality aspect of it. So
I just wanted to make sure I said that because I mean, for a year, seriously, I'm like, nah, we don't need therapy. Had I known the difference, you know, it could make over something so simple, because it really was like an easy fix. Like, oh, you guys just got to communicate. So just whatever it is, to have a third party go XYZ or help you through something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have smacked myself, you know, looking back.
For real.
So.
Well, thanks for sharing this. I appreciate it, man.
The other thing is that is what part of MentalCon is about as well. You know, just to say, listen, it's quite easy. Some fixes are quite simple. Just start. Just make a decision to do something, to speak to someone, to talk about anything. Once you kickstart a process, then it will evolve and it'll carry on. And for some people, it may be a week. For some people, it may be a year. But you just need to start the process. And there's lots of us, and I always say it, 100% of people have had or have some sort of issue at some sort of time. So wherever you are not alone. You know, we've all either been there, in it at the moment, or we're gonna be in it in the future. And most people are quite open. Nobody's gonna like laugh at you and say, "Oh, you're a dickhead," or this, that, the other. Most people will chat.
Very good.
Yeah, I think we've all been there in one point in our lives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On some level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, it took you a year, you know, it took me 10 years, you know, I almost lost my marriage, everything. That first step is the hardest step to getting help. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and sometimes the people, you know, that really truly get really deep into it and struggle, it's so hard for them to take that first step, or to get the people around them to help them take that first step.
Right. I don't think anyone wants to admit that there's something wrong going on inside themselves. You know what I mean? I think that's the hardest part to get over, that you have to kind of say to yourself, you know, I do have issues. And if I don't work them out, then everybody else suffers around me, right? I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
All right, Melf. We're going to do a moment of silence here in about 4 minutes. So let's work through this one here. We'll do our little moment of silence, and then we'll kind of keep going. We'll do another giveaway and then move on. What do we got here, Swam?
So another thing to dive into is
love you too,
your
bro.
hobbies, right? So Wolverine, this is another one of those 1990 insert sets. Fantastic card. There are 9 PSA 9s and there are 3 PSA 10s of the Wolverine. The Pikachu has 1900 PSA 10s. This is a PSA 9, and there's 506 of those. And then the Star Wars Kurosawa refractor has 143 10s. So that's the information I got for you.
That's just a base refractor, right?
Just a base refractor.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going for the Flea Retro Wolvie. I have to.
Me too.
I can't resist. The
Yeah.
art's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think it would go
on top
left
of
to
that,
right for me. Like Wolverine,
too.
then Pikachu, then Star
Mhm.
Wars.
To me, the Kurosawa
Yeah,
is just too
sure.
crowded. Like, I do like that they have all the different characters in there, but it's just they're all crowded, like in the one
They're
spot.
getting
and
ready for
it's
battle.
distracting to
Nathan.
me. I know. To me, it's just distracting.
You're about to run across the card and kill everybody. I like the Star Wars.
Bryce says Wolverine as well.
Come on.
I love the Star Wars card, by the way. I think it's great.
Absolutely. Oh, good comment, sir.
Let's get a grip here, though. We're talking about half a dozen Jedis on one card. Come on.
Yeah,
That's true.
I love the Star Wars card.
It's a banger. It's a banger Star
Yeah.
Wars card.
Hello?
No.
Hello?
What's up,
Wait,
sir?
wait, are we live right now? Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
live the
Manu.
whole time, buddy. You don't get no
Yeah.
minute.
Hey, man.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
If
everybody.
you need a minute, I'll pop you down and just wave at
Oh,
me
no,
when
no,
you're
no,
ready.
no. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
No. There's no need for any of that. Let
No,
me
you
get
get raw
situated.
here. You get raw here.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna turn it on the screen, and then I'll be able to see you guys. Because right now, you guys are like this. You got tiny, little bitty bitty. I don't even know who everyone is yet. I got.
We'll do the introductions. We're gonna do a moment of silence here in a couple minutes, but yeah.
Wait, what is it? That sounds. What do you mean?
For all the people that we've lost over the past year due to mental health, we're just gonna do
Okay,
a
so
moment of
you are
silence.
talking about that. Okay, I thought
Yes,
you were
sir.
using that phrase, but in regards to something else. You are talking about
No,
that. You got it.
yes.
I'm here for it. Yep.
You're good. Awesome. Yeah, I think most everybody. Let's see. Ken says Star Wars. If it was a numbers version, he would take the Star Wars. If it was the numbered version, I think that definitely would play into it.
Yeah.
with the decision. Well, just being a base refractor, I'm going Wolverine.
But if the Star Wars gets a numbered version, then the Wolvie gets an auto, and I'm sticking with the Wolvie.
Ooh,
Can't
that's a
help
good
it.
point.
Because you're changing the
You're
valuation.
changing the rule.
Yeah, you're changing the
Yeah,
rules.
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Then I'm going the full
Yes.
art Charizard.
Right, yeah.
Swish, what up? Bryce, what up? Jay, what up?
Hey, new Stan.
Hey, Justin just gave me the nickname that I love. He said Newsy. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
Newsy.
great.
There you go.
Hello,
Newsy.
my friend.
Don't
Wait,
worry,
who was that?
Manu.
Who was that lovely British voice? That was Retroverse, wasn't it?
That was.
My man.
All
Hello,
right, guys,
everyone. All
we
right.
got 60 in the chat. Let's
Yo,
go
who is
ahead.
Shiggity? Who's Shiggity 30? Shiggity 30, what up?
Let's go down. We'll do some introductions here in just a minute, guys. Right now, we're gonna do a moment of silence, but let's just do a moment of silence here for all those that we've lost over the past year to mental health. Thanks, everybody. Chat, thank you for taking that moment of silence in chat as well. Appreciate you all. Let's do some introductions here. Manu. Everybody here, I think, knows Manu from Justin and the Manu Marvel show, right?
All of our friends are with us. So
Everybody's
I'm
here
happy
tonight.
to see
Yeah,
everybody. Hello, hello.
Absolutely.
Azza, what up, Azza?
Yeah, Az is in the chat. Spidey's in the chat. So,
Yeah.
Manu, you know Swammey, right? Swammey, you know Manu?
Yeah.
You guys know each other?
Yes.
Let's
Yes,
do
but you
this.
know what? I got
Let's do
Swami
it.
mixed up with another Swami before. There's two Swamis that I encounter from time to
There's
time.
two
No,
Swami. That's probably me.
Nah, there's only
No,
one
no,
Swami.
you.
There's only one
Yeah.
Swami.
Wait. Then I gotta ask you, Swami, Big Daddy Swami. I gotta ask you, the CGC of this card. Are you selling these on eBay? Is that you?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I'll call
What
him
the
out.
heck? That is you. Oh, all right, dang.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, don't show the card. Got it.
Here we go.
because there was one day that someone named Swami was in the stream for the Marvel show, and I spoke to him about it, and he
Were you
said,
looking
"Nope,
for
not
this
me."
too?
Huh?
Were you looking for this too?
No, but that's a beautiful card, and if that was a perfect
Okay.
10, if that was a perfect 10, you would have some offers right now. I would be giving you some offers for that
It's
thing.
not. It's not listed. It's not listed. But yeah, that's me. I don't
There's
know.
also Swami that features.
No,
in the
there was just
backroom
there was one day that one had sold, and someone was in the chat, and I asked if that was your sale, and I wanted to verify it, and you said, "Nope, not mine." It was I had it wrong that day. I asked you if it was a CGC 9.5, but it was actually a CGC Pristine 10 that someone had purchased, and this is probably month and a half ago.
I did sell that one.
My goodness. Well, look at that. I've connected the dots successfully, but somebody was definitely trolling me that day in the chat. But I do know whose cards they are now. So there's that.
Well, I thought you were talking about a different card, but that CGC 10 Venom rookie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. I'm glad we covered
Yep.
that. Now I can sleep. You know me, if I don't get it concluded, I can't sleep at night.
And then
Now I know.
Manu, Mr. Brightside, Dan. Big
Dan,
big time silk
Dan.
collector.
Dang it, Dan. You took the image cards away from me, Dan.
I had no idea that was like a thing that they didn't even grade them. I was just like, these are perfect for CGC blue label slabs. And
We bring Manu in and we could say, welcome to MentalCon, the Jerry Springer episode.
you have subs though, Manu. Mine won't be able to have subs.
You know, I was glad I was able to throw that little thing in there, but you know, I'm glad that I mean, it's actually really nice to know that you got some CGC slabbed image cards. That was so cool. Like, what about the timing of it? I was like, I might be the only one, and you're like, nah, bud, I just sent you a few pictures.
And then, of course, we have Professor Oak is here, big time Pokemon collector. Mr. Oak,
nice.
Correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong.
man.
You were at one point in time #1 or #2 in the world for Pikachu graded PSA registry, correct?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good old Pikachu. Yep.
Everybody loves a Pikachu, don't they?
Everybody loves
We
a
all love
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Then we have
Oh,
Shiggity 30,
man.
my buddy Jeff here. He's about what, Jeff? About an hour and 15 minutes north of me here in Utah.
Yep.
So awesome collector.
Nice
Got me
to meet
involved
you,
in the
Jeff.
Nooligan art that we do every month. That's
Yep.
really cool. If you guys haven't checked that out, check those videos out. And of course, Melfi Collectibles. Everybody knows Melfi.
Yo,
Melfi, my
Amazing.
guy,
He created
how
our little
are you?
intro video for us. Thank you for that. Appreciate you.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
And then this guy down here, my co-host,
Retroverse.
Mr. Retroverse, Jakey.
Hello.
So,
That bastard.
that's everybody. That's everybody.
Fucker.
Well, yeah, and
But
look at Big Daddy
these people
Swami twice.
all the way on the other side that are like going vertical there. That's chat. You know chat.
I know chat. We are chat. We are Venom when I'm not on YouTube, and when I'm on YouTube, we are chat.
Chat, if you don't know Manu, again, from the Spidey and Manu show, the Marvel show there every Tuesday night. Occasionally Sundays, depending on what's going on during the week, but mostly Tuesday nights. Also, you do a podcast with Dave, West Coast Dave Avengers, right? You guys are doing that now?
Oh, is there?
Yeah, so you're cutting out a little bit, but hopefully I'm coming through clearly. Dave and I, West Coast Dave Avengers, we've recorded 4 episodes of our podcast. We're going to
Wonderful.
record 6 before we actually deploy it, right? He's going to be on a vacation somewhere,
Sure.
and then we'll slowly start putting those out. But we've started to kind of record those and put them in our back pocket so that we're not scrambling and things of that sort. But and yeah, and then of course the Marvel show with Justin every Tuesday night. We did change it to Sunday, but Sunday just didn't stick, so it's still a Tuesday night.
Seems like
show.
Tuesday was sticking.
Yeah.
And then when can we expect
Tuesday's
your first?
it.
When can we expect your first YouTube video? Because I know that was something that was planned, but kind of is like.
How do you turn this? Where's the off button? I spend so much time on
I'm just
YouTube
messing
as it is. The thought of I know I'm supposed to. I know I'm supposed to, but I don't know. I got to stop making empty promises. I even promised a date for the first episode, and then I didn't do it. So I apologize.
I'll tell you what. Manu's coming in. Let's do another giveaway. #MentalCon.
Oh, let's go.
Let's get this in. All of those. Let me get the. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Uh,
I love when the big screen.
There you
goes
go.
on.
Blue
that was
Spider-Man.
the giveaway right now.
CGC9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the giveaway. That's what
With
he
the
won.
MentalCon.
Congrats, free. Yep, and it's got
Nathan-
the MentalCon 23 pedigree
Blue on
the
blue.
back.
Nathan,
Congrats,
you
man.
said I was going to be on with Valor, and everyone's here except Valor.
Yep, everyone's here except Valor.
Hey, that's how this goes, Manu.
Okay,
That's
all
how
right.
it works around
But
here.
Someone
he may-
asked
sure
he
that-
may still
Come
be
on.
doing dad duty.
They're not up. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you won. Congratulations.
Nice, Mr. Locknet. That's a hilarious comment, and I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
Awesome. Swami.
Shall we get Manu on the slide? Manu needs to have a go
Yeah,
at this
Manu.
one. Oh, okay. No,
Oh,
it's
oh,
okay.
what are we doing?
Let's start. Yeah, we can give him this one real quick.
What do you think, Manu?
What's the game? What
So
am I
the
doing?
the price is $172. Which card are you picking in the grade that's shown on screen?
Okay, of these three right here
Yes.
for
And these are actual
$172.
Yeah, actual sales. Which are you picking?
Oh, you mean each
And
of
why?
these have sold for $172?
Yes.
Oh. But am I not? I mean, I don't have the rest of what I would use to make my decision. I'd want to know like other criteria. Like I want to know how
All right,
many of
Manu.
each
Let me-
exist.
Let me run you
We
down.
talked about it.
Let me run you down. So
Okay.
Wolverine, there's
Yeah.
3 PSA 10s, and there are 9 PSA 9s.
Okay.
For the Pikachu, it's a Mega Tokyo promo from 2014. There's 1,917 PSA 10s and 506 PSA 9s.
You gotta
And
love
then-
how big the Pokemon audience is,
I know.
man. That's so crazy.
Demand.
Wow.
Yeah, the Kurosawa regular refractor is there's 143 PSA 10s. So
What did
Go
the PSA 10 of the Wolverine card sell? I know that's a 9, but what is the previous PSA 10 sale of the Wolverine card?
oh man, Manu, you're gonna be one rough dude to play this game with.
I'm sorry,
I'm just
guys.
kidding.
I don't actually play games.
I'm just
I
kidding.
apologize.
Next slide.
I don't play games.
This is one of the things about me. I guess I can for ease, I'm gonna take the refractor because it's a 10. So for ease, that's my pick.
Okay. Well, that was easy. I'm
Yeah.
trying to look up. I don't know if there's been a recent sale that I can
Okay,
find
'cause-
that Wolverine.
You know, if that's a $1,200 10 or something like that, then I'd probably take the Wolverine 9. But if the 10 of the Wolverine is like a $300, $400 card, well, I'm not paying $172 for the 9, so I would take the 10 in that case. And I'm not taking the Pokemon because the Pikachu. I mean, because I don't know anything about it. I like it. I think it's great. But like hearing that there's thousands of the 10 and hundreds of, I know the audience is huge, but that just kind of turns me off a little bit.
Great snob.
I am a great snob.
So the raw of the Wolverine has sold for 134,
Ooh.
and a PSA 7 sold for 120. There was a PSA 9 that sold for 445 in April. This one sold literally 5 days before for, was that an auto? That was an autograph. My bad.
Okay. Yo, because I was about to say you definitely changed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolute Game of Nerds, Rohan. What up? What up? Let's just say I took the 10 this round. We don't have to spend too much more time here. I
Alright.
took the 10. I took the
Next.
shiny Star Wars card.
Do it
There
next.
you go.
Yeah, grades, Zob, MCU question. All right, we'll keep it pushing. I don't have the pops on this one,
Okay.
Okay.
but it's a 8.5 Rockets Raikou EX 2005.
Old 8.5. So
Old.
it's now a 9.5. That's an old
That's funny.
Do the Spider-Man out of 100 PSA 10?
Is it did can I answer?
He's like, I'm already done. He's like, I already know. I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
We'll go down the
Okay.
list. We'll go down the road.
Okay.
The last one is Yoda and
That's great.
Luke out of 10. So there's 10 of these, 100 of these. I don't know it's just a regular
Probably
print.
thousands, yeah.
Go.
Spidey.
Why?
Because I could sell that one.
They all sold for $172.
Yep.
No. They've all sold, but I don't have the audience to sell those to. Spidey, I can sell.
It's an old CGC slab. It's not an 8.5. It's a higher grade. It's an old cert one. For me, it'd be the out of the three, the 10 Spider-Man you can't get higher, and in PSA, and this Luke Skywalker, there's definitely something that's putting it at 9. I trust PSA on that, but the 8.5, that ain't an 8.5. It's an old cert one. It's definitely a higher grade. So for me, it'd be the Raikou.
Oh, Retroverse. So really quickly, when you're saying it's an old slab, you're not making a joke about how the grades have changed, because we know 8.5s haven't changed anything else. You're literally saying it's older, so it's probably graded not
More
accurately.
harsher, yeah.
Yep.
You're a little harsh.
So you could, in theory, you would. Oak, if you were by that Raikou, you'd correct that and resubmit it. Is what you're saying essentially?
Bingo. Yep.
There you go.
Wow, nice.
The
And
way
if you can get a 9.5 now, before July 10th, then you're getting a 10. So you're going all the way from an 8.5 to a 10.
Are you giving up my
Potentially.
plays this week? Are you trying to tell people what the fuck I've been doing today? Please shut up right now.
Shut
What
the
I'm
hell up,
doing.
Nathan,
Oh my God.
just put eBay on now. Just get eBay up and we'll see if there's any knocking about.
Oak's kicking
I
me off the
fancy one
stream,
as
guys.
well.
See you later.
So that label with the 8.5, you can see it's off center in the white box,
Mhm.
and it's bright white, and there's no drastic change in the left to right of the blue. Like the label is just an
blue,
old,
hasn't it?
yeah, it's just the old label.
The first labels, isn't it? The 2020 labels, that definitely.
Yes, so it's like they were way too harsh back in the
They
day.
were.
Way
It
too harsh.
sucked.
They were bad, weren't they? How bad were they? I mean, I had a
I got
ton of
reamed.
Japanese cards, and you couldn't get a 10, could you? They were killer.
They were actually harder on the subgraded cards too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's the
Crazy.
double whammy.
Yeah.
But subgrades were only $5 then. Remember, 15 now. No wonder they're stopping doing the subgrades. They're charging too much. You're not going to pay $15 for a subgrade. Just do the same as BGS. It's quite simple, isn't it?
Popularity of the set, yeah, that's got a lot to do with it too.
I'm taking Star Wars. Did you say it was numbered?
It's out of 10.
Yeah, I'm taking the Star Wars card. I hate the Pack Wars font on all the Pack Wars cards. I don't.
I don't like that either.
No, I don't. I'm with Jeff. I don't like Pack Wars. But I didn't know the Star Wars was out of 10.
Yeah, the Star Wars is a the out of 10 variation. It's like the green.
Send it to CGC for the black label.
I donated. Sorry, I'm supposed to keep that to myself.
Yeah.
Everybody
Look
donate.
at this guy coming in here being all needy. I don't. Thanks, Manu. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, I'm sticking with the Pokemon. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I said to start off with.
And also, I'm just now realizing when you're saying it's an old slab, that's TCG. This is years in the making. It's not Marvel 10 months ago.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
And they were tough. They really were. They came out the gate, and I feel like they wanted to present themselves as they were trying to get street cred, I guess you could say. People take them seriously as real graders because you have all these not these fake graders, but these third-party graders that just hand out easy grades.
Yeah,
I
think that was a necessary tactic. I mean, you have to pick. Do you want to risk being known as too loose or too harsh? And if you're just creating your reputation, you have to lean on the side of too harsh. Like that is an easy choice to make. So I completely understand them doing that.
Huge shout out to Patrick, guys. $200 donation. Thank you, Patrick.
Go, Pat.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you.
Nice.
what you've got to remember about the CGC Pokemon as well, because they were so harsh, the sales prices were bad. You couldn't get good money for CGC Pokemon cards, and that, as far as I know, is still exactly the same. So if you get a 9.5 even in the CGC, probably won't even sell the same as a PSA 9. You'd know better than me, Swammey. I'm not far wrong there, am I?
No, you're not. You're not. Pokemon.
Oh man, I'm looking at everyone's donations. I'm a cheapskate. Wow, I didn't realize.
No,
Doesn't matter.
every dollar matters, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like even if somebody goes in there and just donates $1, that's just as meaningful.
It's not a competition.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Patrick's the man.
But we
All
already
right.
gave you your shout out. So some nice ones here.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Noel's first PMG, right?
Yep.
Noel's first PMG. You got the special delivery Charizard, very big deal in the Pokemon space. You got little Pikachu riding Charizard, and they're delivering the mail. And then you've got this amazing sketch card of
Darth Maul.
who is. I wonder if I got the artist here. I don't.
Matt, who's
I've
the
got
artist?
I've got an instant opinion.
Symbiote.
So the Noel first PMG, cool. Noel might become absolutely huge. There's a story of the dragon and how it turns into the symbiote for Venom, and this, that, the other. This is where he started from. The Darth Maul, not for me. Don't like it. Now, the special delivery Charizard, when that first came out, everybody went absolutely nuts for it for ages, waiting for it to come out. Then it got printed more than people thought it would do. So the prices dropped. But I actually think once all the new collectors come in and there's another boom, people will jump back to the special delivery Charizard. I think at the moment, people just fell out of love because it wasn't as rare as they thought it would be. But I think as time goes on, that'll change. That's just
190
me.
is up from the lows that it got to, right? In a
Yeah.
10?
What were the peaks that it hit in a 10?
Oh, if you were first to market,
Very good point, Bryce.
I think it was. I can't remember. I think
I
Dan
don't
sold his for
know.
over 1,000. I don't remember though.
Yeah.
Bryce says the Charizard is super liquid compared to the other two as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charizard all day for me. And I do think it'll rise. I do think people will just like forget about it and blah blah blah, and it'll become more popular. Because it also reminds me of the Black Star promos, the cards in there, the New York Center card, is it? Very similar kind of artwork, and I just think it'll go back up. Yeah.
Any other thoughts? I mean, I really like that mall. There's not a lot, but there's some really cool. I think the artist just liked drawing him. He must be a cool character to draw because he's got a ton of great sketches. Some that go a lot more than 190, but they must like drawing him because look at how cool that card looks. The Null looks really cool. I agree with all your thoughts on special delivery Charizard. I mean, Null, I haven't read his story. I know who he is. I've heard the background, but I haven't actually read his story myself. So
Southern says if he knew the Knoll would grade well, he would consider the Knoll. I mean, that's a lot to go into.
It's a fair point.
Good point.
Condition of the
That's a
card.
good point,
And this image here, you can't really tell because to me, because I do scan my cards sometimes, I wouldn't scan a PMG like that, but that looks like that was run through a scanner, like an auto feed scanner, because you can see the vertical scratches that are probably on the surface of either the penny sleeve or the top loader itself. And they're spaced about what a auto feed scanner would do to that.
yeah, so this line, I mean, you can see this line on the top loader up here, and this line.
So to me, that's bad on the seller because they probably would have gotten more money for the card if they would have just taken it out and taken good photos of the card.
I'm big on photos over scans, man.
For
Photos
sure.
over scans.
Scans are great for $1.50, $2 cards, less than $10 cards.
Scans are
No,
great for
no,
deceiving your buyer. That's what scans are
Yeah,
great
if you're going to do it with something like that.
Cool. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right. Let's keep
Wait,
pushing.
everyone answered? I'm taking the Charizard.
No.
I'm gonna answer.
There you go.
There you go. There's my answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, you're all crazy. I gotta circle back to that real quick. So the Charizard I sold in January for over 300. So it's been on a steady decline for the past 6 months. So for me, it's phasing out. I really don't think
There's your artist.
it's too exciting. The Darth Maul, I mean, Darth Maul, the guy that played it was Scottish. He was a British guy, so I'm biased. I'm
going for it.
disappointed in retro, not supporting the Brits there. But
I think Darth Maul could have more if they would have killed him off in one.
I've started pledging. Nate makes me pledge allegiance to the flag after every stream.
Did Retro change his shirt?
He probably did. Yeah.
No, I took my jumper off. I had a Coca-Cola jumper on.
It's a little warm.
The jumper, for all of my American friends, is like a sweater.
Sweater, yeah.
The more you know.
There you go. Trainers are running shoes. I'm done.
Oh, we call trainers trainers.
Well, yes.
Yeah. And any kind of like shoe like that is a trainer. Come on, Hulk, help me out here, mate. We don't do sneakers, do it.
Are you whining?
Everything.
You guys whining up over here?
Everything is just trainers.
What, like Pokemon trainers?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, that's
No.
All right, we're keeping it pushing. Keeping it pushing.
How many more you got, Swam?
Keep going.
I got. Let me see here. I got plenty more. How much time?
Let's
do you want me to
let's run this one, and then I want to run a couple auctions if we can.
So. Let me see. I got this one. Oh, there's some good ones. All right, so do you mind if I switch up the slide if we're trying to
you go right ahead, do what you gotta do.
Yankee, anyway.
Yeah, I mean the Venom on a 10, not very hard. Unless people like Harrison Ford signatures.
Harrison Ford's dying.
Yeah,
So
but-
I'm taking Harrison Ford.
Let me see. I kind of like this one. But
Is that Mickey? Oh.
That's Mickey.
yeah, Mickey. All right, let's see. We'll do this one. We got Retro's favorite gal.
X23 blue.
We have, yes.
X23 blue out of 50. You got Gyarados in a 10. And then you've got 1938 Mickey Mouse.
A 1938 PSA 9?
PSA 9.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It's not I think the first year is before this. I think it might be like 33 or something, but
Still, that's crazy.
it is. I think your Mickey PMGs sell for more, don't they?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Chat was all about the Han Solo, by the way, just so you know.
They know what's
Valor
Chat
snuck
knows
in
what's
here.
up.
Really? They were all for that Star Wars card, huh?
Hi, Valor.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, Valor.
I think I was supposed to be here earlier, and I fell
No,
asleep.
you're good.
and
You're good,
I'm
man.
still-
Hey,
I called you. I ratted you out. You didn't know, but I ratted you out 10 minutes ago.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go Mickey, then X23, then Gyarados.
I'm taking the Mickey too, just because of how old that card is.
Yeah,
To
that
give me a
that would
PSA
just be
9.
cool to own.
Yeah.
At a PSA 9, that's cool. And
I'm
the
taking
X23
Mickey.
looks beat up.
I'm taking
I'm going
the
Mickey.
22 card.
Oh, go on.
What do you
Only
think, Chicken?
because that one guy has 40 of them, so that's actually out of 10.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Kind
a
of
true
forget
statement.
about that. Yeah.
I'm going Mickey, Gyarados, and X23. I don't even want in that condition.
What?
You can give it me to free, and I'm just going to give it to somebody else. I'm not interested.
Okay. What the heck, dude?
That
too
sort of
good.
honesty speaks directly to my soul and heart. That sort of honesty.
Oh my god.
You can
There's
give
just-
that
there's just
PMG to
tons
Lala.
of X23s in the lottery box. He's like, give me another one. Let me see. This one's a little hard on the edges.
All right. Swam, which one are you taking?
Well, I already got the X23, so I'm going Mickey.
So you're going Mickey? All right.
And I actually was not like full blown. I'm not a huge fan of that Gyarados artwork. But I'm pretty sure the English 10 sells for ungodly amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, that Mickey's pretty cool. 1938, Mickey's Fun Fair. I'd be curious to see what the release was of that Mickey and if there was anything special about that, or if I think it might have been a part of another set. I wish I had done more research, but I kind of ran out of time. But
Nice.
it is kind of cool. 1938.
Night, Spidey. See you in the morning,
Good
sir.
night, Justin.
Hey, Spidey.
Hi, Justin.
He says, give you all permission to sleep while alive. It still counts. Thanks, man.
What do you think, Dan? What are you going for?
I'd go Mickey. It's just too old. There's probably nothing in the pop for it.
I'm gonna look up the pop.
Can I play devil's advocate right now, though? I feel like there's a lot of Mickeys, but
Son.
god damn, that's a boring artwork. That is
Everything was
such a
boring
boring
back then.
card.
You've got a point there, mate. Though, yeah, definite point there.
Hey guys, what the hell is going on? Like, I just hopped on here. I don't have a clue what was going on. It's like you guys are playing MF Kill
Playing a
with
game.
That's
X23.
basically what we're doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically what we're doing. He gives you 3 cards that sell about the same price, and you got to pick which one you would actually take.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kiss,
And they give you
marry,
reasons,
avoid.
whether it's investment or personal or whatever it is. Which one are you taking if you had to pick one and that was it?
I got
And this
you.
is the 210th setup they've done. That number at the top, they've gone through 210 setups, and we're going to go all the way to 500. So just
Okay,
buckle
cool.
Apparently,
let's
there's
see.
one Mickey 10 out there. It's
Wow.
in a 9
one
pop
Mickey 10.
two with
That's
one
crazy.
wire.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's cool.
Jeez.
Now
Homie's probably got it.
I was able to pull it up. So it's called The Prince. There's a blue back, or Mickey Mouse. There's a red back and a blue back. And yeah, this is pop 2, one higher. Pretty crazy.
Awesome.
Castell Brothers too. I don't know what that release looked like, but kind of crazy. 1938.
Jacob, I believe this is the main chat, but I really don't know.
Yep. There's only 2 channels that it's airing on, either Retro Versus channel or True Blue Collectibles channel. So if you're, I think main chat, I think is probably on True Blue Collectibles channel. That's the link that we shared out. So if you're there, you're there. All
Did
right.
Valor go? Go ahead, man.
I'm still trying to play catch up and wake up from.
He's still
whatever.
waking up.
You will.
So Mickey's from 1938.
Yeah, Mickey's from
Yeah.
1938.
I don't know, man. I'm going with X23 just because it's in the middle and keeps staring at me.
She looks like she's gonna get me.
That one.
That's awesome. All right, cool.
Brilliant.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's do an auction real quick. We can keep chatting and stuff, but let's do an auction real quick. See if we can raise a little bit more money. I'm gonna get this, make this big, maybe. These are from Jalen Warner. He wasn't able to make it here tonight because he's in Europe right now doing some band stuff with the school, but he did send a note for us. And he says, MentalCon, as a veteran and a VFW life member, it is my honor and privilege to donate these 2 items for auction in support of Wounded Warrior Project. To those who bid, please keep in mind where this money goes and whose life it can change. As the saying goes, leave no man or woman behind. Thanks, Jalen Warner.
That's a great letter.
That
That's
is
a
a
really
great
great letter, man.
Very, very great letter. So I'm going to show you the 2 items. We're going to start with this one here. This is from the Rise of the Monsters set. John signed there, Swamp Thing sketch card.
That's cool. It's a cool
Really,
card,
really
isn't
cool. We're going to be auctioning that one off. And this is a 7x7 Mysterio painting.
Is that on a tile?
This is So this is I call it, Jake. You probably know what it is, or one of you guys might know, or one of the artists might know. It's kind of like pegboard without the peg holes.
Oh,
So it is very, very sturdy.
That's
Some
killer.
great material, that's for sure.
That's really cool.
Yeah, is that Man Thing on the other one?
I was told it was Swamp Thing.
It's
But it
Man
could be
Thing.
Man Thing.
Man
DC.
You guys tell me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's Man Thing.
Man
Oh,
Thing.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Thing
we're gonna
is-
start with this one. $30 start. That's what we're starting all the artist stuff off at. Jalen Warner, $30 sketch for this one. If for whatever reason this one doesn't go, then we'll switch over to the Mysterio, and we'll have this one for later as well. So $30
Black
start.
Goo.
It's a
$30
cool sketch,
start.
isn't it? And
Say
like we
again.
keep telling people, if you're going to donate,
If you're gonna
don't need to
donate,
just
you might as well get a
donate.
free
You
card.
could just get a sketch.
Yep.
It's really
Black
detailed,
Goo.
isn't it? You know, just
The Greens. What's up, man? How you doing?
He wants to know if he won anything. He said he had to leave for work, and he's
No,
curious to
sir,
know if
not
he won
yet. No,
anything.
no giveaways won for you yet. So you're still
Not
in the running
yet,
for the wheel
Black
stuff.
Goo. Not yet.
Keyword yet.
And
So-
for
I
any
rigged
new
you for
viewers
later.
in chat, you just bid by commenting in the
Yep,
post.
you
and
just
then-
bid by commenting. So starting bid on this is $30. You'll put a 30 there if you want to get it, and then if somebody wants to outbid you,
All right,
increments of
Doom.
$5.
Doom
30
started at
on the
30.
got it. Thanks, Doom.
Wait, do we honor bots? Because that's a bot that just bid. What if it's not real?
No, this is
He's real.
This is from Rise of the Monsters. It may
No,
be
he's not-
a
a
Zeus
bot,
set. I'm
man.
not sure. I'm not familiar
No, I
with
was
the Rise of the
teasing,
Monsters, but art's done by Jalen Warner.
He did win twice already, so I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it is a bot.
He won 2 giveaways. Or no, what did
Yeah.
he win 2 giveaways? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Because he won the oak.
And then the wheel
and
spin.
What was it?
The wheel spin immediately after. I forgot what it was.
I don't think what it was, but he did. Yeah, the man's on a roll. Well
He
done,
won
Doom.
2 in a
This is
row.
what we want.
I'll have to write that one down.
We want
'cause I don't
people who
remember which
run
one
and
he
roll.
won. Doom, what was the other one you
Somebody-
won? Jake, are you bidding 35? Because you commented.
No, that was
No.
no.
Oh, is that
I
you,
did
Valor?
it. Yeah.
So
Okay,
Valor's bidding 35 by proxy.
Nathan's gonna look back at the stream and be like, "Wait,
I
what?"
bought a sketch. When did that
Yeah,
happen?
That's so nice of you, Nathan. Can't wait for the Fred Ian auction.
There's something that Dan, yeah.
Matt Fuller.
I gotta tell you
What
about that,
happened?
man. 50
Nice one, Matt.
All right, way to go, Matt.
Legend.
new account while I'm in the kitchen, right? Yeah, guys, keep on chatting. We'll just keep chatting about whatever. But this is the one that's up right now. $50 is the current bid on that.
Oh yeah, was the other thing Doom won? Oak's Pikachu.
Yeah, he won the Oak Pikachu.
Yeah, he
What
won
was
the
the other
Pikachu,
thing
and
he
then
won?
the wheel spin immediately after.
Yeah, was it the?
He said strange 3x5.
Yes, that's what it was. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I forgot to write that one down. See?
Oh, that was a cool strange as well,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
was.
Yeah, that was.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I better hashtag MentalCon again.
So, are you guys able to keep track so far of how much has been donated?
Yes, we have that.
Yeah, I'm
pulled up.
doing well.
Yeah.
It's all up here for me. Dan.
$1,898 so far.
So you're almost
Well,
at
everybody's
1,000.
won.
We're almost at 2,000.
Okay, nice. So whenever you do that, like, have you already made like a note of whenever it reaches certain benchmarks to go with a certain kind of like giveaway?
Yeah,
or...
so we've been trying to space the giveaways out, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the wheel spins.
Okay.
So that's $900 minus the 19.
Doom bid $60.
Okay. So we got 6 more giveaways we still have to do. So we're trying to spread them out to kind of get them over the course of the night and everything.
Right.
But yeah. All right. So where's my Dan's bidding $1,000. Got it.
What?
That's what I just see a number in there, man. I'm counting those as bids.
Oh, I see that.
I said
Jake took the jumper off at 1,000.
Sold. So the guy in the green shirt.
That's awesome. So what's everybody got going on? I mean, obviously not.
What's our
I don't know, I'm just
schedule?
trying to
Have we
have
got a
conversation.
schedule?
What are we talking
Come on,
about
we
right
got
now?
something we need to be doing here, Nate. You shit.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
started
what's
off
the
really
next topic? What
professional.
are we doing? We still playing games?
We've been on a few hours, and
Well, we got
just
Manu and Valor on. This is their time slot with you, Jeff. Comics. What do you guys want to talk about? Yeah.
What do you want to talk
are
about?
up. You
Just
guys
get
are
rid
up.
of all.
Guys, relax, man.
Y'all got too
Manu,
many
Get rid
cooks
of
in the kitchen, but
Manu's up.
Get rid of
This is
Swammey
my
because his
talking
collection's
stick.
too good.
That's your talking
If
stick.
I put this in the air, I want to say something.
All right, you're up. And you're up, man.
Oh, that
You're
that
up.
was just an example. I'm not ready to speak.
No,
No, what
you're
are we
on.
talking about?
This isn't
Wait, are
Justin's show where you can just sit there and not say anything. Come on, let's go.
What are we talking about? What exactly?
Whatever you want to talk about, whatever is on
Whatever
your
you
mind.
like to talk about.
Well, it's MentalCon, so I do want to speak about like my relationship with like mental health and what
Perfect.
collecting means to me and so on and so forth. And it's actually, I'm not going to get too deep, but we can, as long as like you guys aren't going to kick me out of the show anytime soon. I'm
Nope.
sure I'll interject while someone else is speaking with a little bit more depth. But from the surface, the thing that I really wanted to talk about was nostalgia and what that means to me and why, nostalgia, it's nostalgia, right? I say jokingly, but seriously, I say it's my favorite flavor. I say it's my favorite emotion. Like I call it a bunch of different things, right? But whatever that feeling is, it's just, it can also be called comfort. It's like this overwhelming feeling of familiarity or warmth. It just feels good, right? It's like it's a different sort of hit that nothing else sort of compares to. And so for me, when let's just say for the last 10 years, I've done things in my life in whatever way I've been doing them, and certain things might have been deemed a success by certain metrics, but I wasn't happy. I didn't have a sense of fulfillment. I just wasn't very happy. I was just kind of doing things. And even if I was doing them well, it wasn't gratifying. It wasn't rewarding in the way that I wanted it to be. And also, I found myself like sort of disappointed in the relationships that I had created over time and how I was serving these relationships, but they weren't serving me. And I know that could sound bad, and I could expand on that later, but I just wasn't getting back what I was putting into the relationship. So I took some pretty dramatic steps and I eliminated everyone from my life. I cut everybody out of my life and I went to just, starting from scratch, essentially. I stopped what I was doing professionally, almost 90 some odd %. And I went inside, right? And it just so happened that sort of transition for me was happening right before the pandemic hit. And so when the pandemic hit and I was already in this process of like making myself an island so I can rediscover what I want out of life or what makes me happy, I found myself, I've always been in love with nostalgia forever. It's one of the reasons why even for 20 years when I was out of collecting, I would still walk into a comic book store, even a bookstore, just to get that smell, because that smell never failed me. It worked every single time. But when the pandemic hit and I was just spending time with myself and family, I did pull out that short box of comic books and I did start flipping through it. And that was it for me. Like that was nostalgia on the level. I didn't even know that I was looking for that emotion. I didn't know. And then I was able to combine that with everything else that I love. Like it's no secret that I love, like selling things. Like I love hunting rare things and extracting value from something or finding something that might not be valuable in the space that it was found in, but take it to an area where it's appreciated differently and extract value from it. All of those are things that make me tick. But it's really important to me what I engage with in order to, execute on some of those plans or some of those like those endeavors that make me happy as well. And so when I reintroduce myself to the things that I loved when I was 7, 8, or 9 years old. See, I like to say that when you're young, you don't look for the why. You don't actually think about why you like something. You just go towards what calls you. And it's very natural. It's very instinctive. It's very pure. There's other ways to describe it too, but that's some of the ways. And so combining everything that I had picked up professionally and the confidence that I had sort of in myself in like certain sorts of executions with just my natural love for something that I fell in love with when I was much younger was this beautiful formula. And then I decided to start the Instagram page because the whole thing was about nostalgia for me, right? Like I would connect with people's pages and their taglines would have nostalgia in it. My tagline had nostalgia in it. And I know I went with this brand that's called the 9.9 Newsstand, and that means something to me as well. But the thing that brings me back into collecting is nostalgia. That's why I tell Justin all of the time, and we sometimes bump heads on this. It's like, you know, people talk about a lot of our community, a lot of our friends get excited about new products. I don't, you know, if something looks great, that's fantastic. I can appreciate it, but I really don't care. I don't have an emotional attachment. I like hunting the stuff from the 90s that gives me that feeling. So tying this all back into mental health and feeling complete, feeling fulfilled, nostalgia is that key ingredient for me. That's what makes me, even if I'm isolated or had made myself an island, I felt complete. I felt like I found my community based on people that shared that same love, that same emotion for nostalgia, right? Like the same things made that hit for them. And that's where I found relatability. So my hug that I needed in life, feeling like I belonged somewhere, feeling like I was recognized somewhere, it actually came from me following nostalgia and finding the collecting community and then just diving in head first and really committing to it. And I like to pride myself in the fact that I feel like I've been rather consistent over the past 3 years. And it's not just because my motivation was to be consistent, it's because what brought me there was pure enough to keep me there. The nostalgia is real, the love is real. And I think that helped me find a beautiful balance that I had been lacking for several years prior. And so that's kind of just the surface that I wanted to touch on. Like for me, nostalgia and pursuing it and feeling it is really important for me to feel grounded and not always be kind of reaching for something to make me feel fulfilled. Because I know that the things that matter to me, I could find them. And they existed in the 90s and they make me feel good. And again, I don't care about the why. That is the why. The why is when I see something that I used to love, it makes me happy. And that's it. And so that's really important to me. Nostalgia to keep me sane.
Awesome.
I think you made a really good point, Manu, there. I think you made a really good point about new stuff. You were not just buying into whatever the next new fad is. You know, you're looking at something that makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel whole. Whereas the newest big shiny box just doesn't have the same effect. That's why they come out, the prices are so high and they drop so low. And obviously, kids in the future or adults in the future will get that nostalgia later on. But I'm with you on the nostalgia hit, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
I love that. I love that. And I'll double, please.
Oh, if you got something, you can go ahead. I was gonna say, like, the nostalgia, the collectibles hobby, it has its pros and cons. You know, but in terms of like mental health, there's so much here, and you don't even have to spend money, right? You could look at the images online. Mm-hmm. Like half the time, you know, I remember last year I really got into Blade. I rewatched all the Blade movies. I was like, I want to go out and get some Blade cards. And I spent hours like finding all of his cards and getting the images and learning about their release. When was his first card? When was his first like insert type card? I mean, you can spend so much time. Upper Deck EPAC, you can spend a ton of time trading, just as much as you could spend too much money on the site. But these, you know, in Discords, you're spending time with people and learning about what they like, why they like it. There's a lot of positives to the hobby. Selling is another positive to me. You know, me too. I also sell, and the hobby, it definitely has like it's got its pros and cons. It's got its cons too, right? But it's got a lot of pros. And you know, a lot of people go home and watch TV and don't do anything else, right? And if you are researching some 1938 Mickey, and at least you're doing something, right? At least you're learning about something, keeping your mind moving, and
I agree with you. Swami. Definitely.
And something you just talked about, Swami, like how you got into Blade and you naturally went down a rabbit hole. To me, that's one of the best parts of journey as a collector, be it anything. Just when you find that topic of interest and then you like, I don't know anything about this character, this set, XYZ, and you go down those rabbit holes, and then the knowledge that you accumulate in the journey itself, a lot of times that's more fulfilling than just going and buying a card that you like.
Yeah.
Like, say, using Blade, for example, there's a set, and I can't remember, I know it's an early one, but Bill Sienkiewicz does the artwork, and it's like a 9-panel set of cards. Like, maybe it's the Midnight Suns, but there's like a Sienkiewicz Doctor Strange in it, which I did something similar. I was going down a rabbit hole with Blade. Had I not done that, I wouldn't know that existed. Just being a big Sienkiewicz fan, I was like, oh, wow. So he did a set of 9 cards. Now I have to have those 9 cards.
Yeah. And they probably weren't too hard to get or too expensive to get.
No, that's one of the great things about 90s when it comes to cards. Like, you can get 90s cards cheap. So cheap, and like you can have a whole set of them or a binder for a fraction of what a single card from a new product is, just because you have fear of missing out.
Yeah. Yep.
Asa asked a question here. He said, Manu, do you think the nostalgia tank will empty eventually? And as if he means generally speaking, no, because with each generation, each whatever there's their own nostalgia, right? And the time cycle you put on nostalgia is hard to define. But if you just loosely look at it, it's like kind of this 30-year cycle. It kind of happens with everything, cars, everything, right? When certain things start to go up in value, that just means 45-year-olds now remember it and can afford to, bid against other 45-year-olds for it. That's nostalgia. And it drives a lot of things. So generally speaking, I don't think the nostalgia tank will ever empty. I think you can always bet on nostalgia. You still got to understand what you're doing. And then for me personally, the nostalgia tank doesn't empty because what I do is I enhance the search. Like I'm a high grade snob. I'm a rarity snob. So my nostalgia sends me in a direction. Like I love Amazing Spider-Man 363. That book exists in the millions and millions. It's kind of worthless. Well, relatively speaking, you could buy a copy for $2-3 at any comic book shop if you find it in a box. But then what do? You look for a newsstand, and then you look for the newsstand 9.8. Then you get the newsstand 9.8 signed by Stan Lee. Once you've done all of that, you're like, well, there's 9.9s of this book, and you enhance your search. So you stay engaged with what nostalgically pulls you, but then you turn it into whatever your game is. You turn it into whatever it is that keeps you busy, but you're happy that you're staying busy with something you love rather than like, I don't go hunt a bunch of rare Jordans because, well, that's a bad example, but there's other things in life that I don't go hunt that I could do almost the same thing with, but the nostalgia doesn't keep me there. So I don't think the tank empties, and I think you build on top of where the nostalgia takes you. But the foundation is the nostalgia. That's the magnetism there for me.
That's very well put, man.
Appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Well, I just want to add to your point, Manu, that you're talking about nostalgia, but I think what you really, I know you said the word community, but a different word would be your tribe. I think
yes,
we're all trying to find our tribe. Our
man.
People, the people that like the same things that we like, right?
Yes.
You don't necessarily get that with your family. Your family's your family, and you love them, but normally you're not gonna like the same things when you.
Shiggity, can I elaborate on that? Because what you just
Thanks,
said
Dan.
brings
Night, guys.
it brings me.
Night,
to,
Dan.
Oh,
Later,
good
bud.
night, Dan.
Thanks
See
for
you later,
hanging
buddy.
out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
See you,
Wait,
Mel.
which Dan? Dan R's leaving? Who's leaving?
Dan R's leaving. Melfi's headed out.
Dan R, have a great night. Nice to hang with you.
guys.
Melfi,
You too.
Yeah.
you leaving?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Dude,
I'll be
we
back
gotta
on
hang
later,
out some
though.
other time.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
well, hopefully I'll still be here then. Well, I hang out. I hang out. So I'll see
All right.
you soon.
All right, later.
Later, guys.
Shiggity, that's so important, right? And this feeds into even the beginning of what I was saying, where I decided to become an island again, because what I had learned but ignored was that you cannot put your desires, your beliefs, your excitement into the people around you just because they're your friends or your family. They're not gonna. There's a good chance they don't share it with you. But if you have that expectation, you set yourself up for massive disappointment. They won't even understand why you're disappointed. you'll carry this resentment because it's like, wait a second, I love this. How come you don't love it? How come you don't support this? How come you're not excited? But that's a foolish thing to do. You have to, you understand, we now understand that just because they're your friends, you grew up with them, whatever puts them in your life, just because they're your family, doesn't mean it's your tribe in the way that we are talking about it, where we can just, show something to someone, they get it. I want to talk about the things that I appreciate all day. I don't just want to talk to people that I grew up with because I grew up with them. What does that do for me?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Val, I put a message in the private chat. Could you take care of that?
Enhancing your life, right?
It's not, but that was such a great point. You're absolutely right, man. We look for our tribe. We look for that's the word. That's the word.
I had nobody. I was doing Pokemon for like 6 years, like always by myself. I was buying and selling. I was buying big collections and selling on eBay. There's the biggest community in Pokemon was E4, and they were there. They existed the whole time. Anytime I found myself on E4, I thought it was like a 1990s dead forum or something. I didn't realize it was live and active. I didn't have any friends in the hobby until the pandemic, until I got into these online groups and started realizing there's a ton of people out there, very easy to communicate with and share your hobby with. But it was never any of my friends, and it was never any of my family. They never dumped on me, right? I mean,
right.
If they were trying to, I'm pretty protective over things I like, right? So it's like, we'll keep your negativity out of it if that's all you got to say. But really, they were pretty great in terms of just not putting things down. I was also making money on the side, so it's kind of hard to dump on that. But
right.
I'd never have expected. My wife has gotten excited over one card, and it was 2 boxes. It was Mario Pikachu boxes. It was like Pikachu dressed up as Mario. She's like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." That's the only thing ever she ever got excited about. All the cool stuff. I'm so cool, right? So, but that's okay. That's all right. I got Bryce and Green Shiz, Doombot, everybody in the chat, Dan, Derpa, everybody in the chat tonight. You guys on here, it's cool. I appreciate it.
That's what Bryce is saying, where whenever he got into the Marvel Discord, that's what really drove his sense of community for him. And Facebook's great and fine and dandy, but you can also have a lot of negative Nancy's in Facebook groups. It's really easy for you to be excited about a card and someone be like, well, why did you buy that card? That's stupid. It's not XYZ character, Wolverine, Spider-Man. It doesn't fit the niche that should be expected. And it's really easy to get disgruntled by it. So versus Discord, it's more welcoming, less BS, more positivity, to be honest with you.
Also, give an example of I moved here 2 years ago, and I didn't know anybody in Utah. And I started reaching out, talking to people in the Facebook groups, and me and Nathan, you only live 45 minutes from me. We start going to lunch, we hang out. Went to a hockey game in Denver, drove all the way there.
And now I'm leaving it.
That's only because of these hobbies. You know what I mean? It's only because we are in this tribe and we met each other through that. Yeah, now we're good friends.
That's right.
And I'll have Jeff as a buddy from now until he stops being my friend, and then William Johnson.
Tomorrow, then.
William Johnson, who's in the chat, where I'm moving to in Kansas, he's only going to be like 45 minutes from where I live. So I already have somebody there that I can connect with and kind of build a relationship with too. It's amazing what this community can do for you.
That's
the best part. It's the best part of the internet.
And I got
the other day.
That guy right there, who's 7-hour time difference from me, who's on the same damn sleep schedule as I am.
That's what we were chatting about, wasn't it? It's just like, how amazing is the internet? I mean, there's a lot of bad things on the internet.
Swammey would be proud. I took my earbuds out
hobbies,
and
everything. But you can forget the bad things sometimes and look at the good, can't you?
Hey, Izzy, what's going on?
When would all of us really in real life? We probably wouldn't cross paths.
Yeah.
too easily, would we? You might do it
RMS.
at Comic-Con and walk past someone, or you might buy and sell something off eBay, but you don't really make a relationship as such, do you? But
For sure.
because of the magic of social media and the internet, it's just like,
Mhm.
some things in this world are just amazing, aren't they? The fact that we're doing this now, what we're all doing, is just. Can you imagine when we were kids? Like, there wasn't a mobile phone when I was a kid. Shit, we didn't even have a phone in the house. I didn't see a house phone, I think, until I was like 21.
You're dating
And now
yourself.
it's just like talking to people over the world. Oh,
All right,
yes,
guys.
forgot about this.
Let's start this one running here. Jalen Warner, Magneto painting. Or not that. See, I'm already losing it, Jake.
Magneto.
Mysterio.
Oh, Magneto painting.
The good Magneto.
Sorry, I
Said
wasn't
Magneto.
listening.
Mysterio painting from Jalen Warner. Bids start at $30. Remember, like he said, it's not about the artwork. It's not about any of that. It's about where the money's going and who it can help.
Marvelous Cards is in for 35.
Marvelous Cards is amazing.
Nice one.
Bryce's
William
comment is
Johnson.
awesome. Are you guys familiar with the meme he's referencing from Paul Rudd where he was on Hot Ones? So Paul Rudd, like if you guys aren't familiar, Hot Ones is a YouTube series. It's great. Celebrities come on and they eat hot wings and have to answer questions. Paul Rudd was a guest on it. He's like eating it. And then him and the host are talking and chatting. It's just like, look at us, adults. Who would have ever thought? It's like, nope, not
Increments
me.
of 5, guys.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can bid it up as much as you want, but try to keep it increments of 5. It makes it easy.
That's a good show, Valerie. I watch that all the time. Hot Ones.
We'll keep that up there. That way people know what they're bidding on. That's the bid right now, guys, is $50 is the high bid on that for the Mysterio painting.
That's amazing.
And then after this, we'll run another giveaway too. So
Matt Fuller now.
Win.
Now he says, I'm on my phone in bed and can't see the numbers. So he started in one room, then he was in the kitchen. Now he's in bed. He's all over the place with it.
He's all over the
but
place.
we're staying. He's keeping us with him, though. Good.
He doesn't want to miss anything. He's holding MentalCon together. That's what he's doing all on his own.
For sure.
Matt's also got to make sure that no special sketches sneak away.
Well, he started off he won the very first auction. So, and then he's like, all right, I'll go eat my dinner. We'll let somebody else get the next one. And
Oh, and he also said 30 for Magneto.
Yeah. I saw that 30 for Magneto.
What did RMS say here? RMS said the reach and connection in this hobby is worldwide. It's amazing how many people can connect from so far away and become friends. Love that. Love this. It's like very few hobbies have that effect, I think. Yeah, it's really special. It's really
for sure.
I was thinking of Gingy when he said that, because I can't remember when Gingy started. It must have been 2021, but I was getting in. I was like diving into Marvel cards, and
21,
yeah. It was, there was no content, right? Sketch Card had like 2 videos that only lasted me about 40 minutes. I was like thirsty, and I remember for content, he got on, and he
Vic,
was,
when you're all set, just give me a thumbs up, bud.
He's doing this live, and Gingy, the time zone difference and everything, and he's interviewing some guy about his experience. And I'm just like, man, I need to be able to talk Marvel cards because I'm surrounded by Pokemon cards, and that's actually why I made the Discord, just to talk about Marvel. I was like, all right, that's enough. I can't talk about Pokemon anymore. Somebody come in and hang out, and it's been great. We have a lot of good conversations in there.
The Green Shiz says, did any of you buy CGC 95 cards to turn them into 10s next month?
I looked at the CGC sold listings, and they spiked up in the amount of sales.
The prices have gone up a decent amount too on them, right? There's been people listing the 9.5s quite a bit higher than where they had been selling just on that announcement.
Yeah, so go ahead.
No, please.
Oh, I mean, I upped some of my prices. I didn't before because I didn't want to just like sell something, have it sell. I lowered some, took some off because I'm going to regrade. But I didn't want to get swept up, and sell something for cheaper than it would sell.
Current bid's 55 on the Mysterio painting, guys.
the overall, there was a lot more sales since that announcement of 9.5 Marvels. I was looking specifically at Marvel CGC 9.5s, and the sales ticked up.
Yeah. Guys, current bid's 55 on the Jalen Warner Mysterio painting. That's a 7x7. He's got it. He's got it right down here. A little hard to see, but he's got his name right there on there for you.
Oh, where's Elusive? I see his name, but what did Elusive? What up? Oh, how you
That's
guys doing?
great,
Hey,
man.
what's up, my man?
All you have to do to bid on that is just enter your amounts in the chat. Try to stay at $5 increments, but you can bid it up as much as you want. Donations go directly to Window Warrior Project as well, guys.
Bryce said he's curious how they're going to do future card signings like Todd with New Slab. Yeah, we're all kind of curious. And the other thought that I had was, I know you can resubmit your blue label 9.5 and get it back as a newly labeled, I guess this is the same question, Bryce. Is like, what if you send in your McFarlane signed 9.5? To what slab does that? I mean, what's the label? If you have a McFarlane signed 9.5, but you want it to be a Gem Mint 10, you want the 10, that yellow label has a McFarlane scroll on it, has special graphics on it that were exclusive for that signing. What are they going to do to honor the fact that you bought into that?
Are they getting rid of those?
Well, I can actually answer that real quick.
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay, so it'll be the same thing as what happened with comic books. So with the special Todd McFarlane labels, and it's so weird to me, but they had a limited number of them that were printed, and then they refused to go back and print more. So it creates an inventory stock. So with that, if you do it, you're going to lose that Todd McFarlane label.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you had a good answer. You have a sad answer, but it's an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
hard.
Because with the McFarlane signing for comic books, I sent probably 60 McFarlane books to get signed for customers. And unfortunately, that signing is exactly what it was. It was a cash grab. So there was a lot of issues that came back with it. So several of those books had to get reholdered and submitted for a mechanical error. So whenever they did that, the customers paid for the McFarlane label, which they should. But whenever it got reholdered, they said, hey, we can't do anything about that. We're out of stock of it. These books are no longer, they just came back yellow label. They didn't have like the spawn or the scroll on it. So then have to call CGC again and say, hey, we paid for these labels. What can we do about it? It's like, oh, well, there's no inventory on it left. You're just out.
How do you feel about that? Are you accepting of that, or did you feel like that was a cop-out? Because if you printed them once, you could print them again. Let's be frank. How do you feel about it?
I wasn't a fan of that because it's a printed label, right? Like there's nothing limited about it. You just go load it up and print it.
Exactly. And I'm glad that I added that little extra because, Valerie, you do a really nice job of like not defending CGC, but looking for, the reasons for things. And I don't even bother looking for the reasons sometimes. I just say, well, that's stupid. You guys could have done something to appease the customer. Like that's where I'm at with it most often. And so I'm glad that you're like, you're not a fan of it because they ran the printing presses once. That's what they do. They could do it again, right? I feel like that's so unfair. And then I'll say something, and this might have to do with timing. I guess I got lucky. I only submitted 3 books to that signing, and that was reluctantly. Oh, I'm on the screen. Oh, where's Valor? I still want to be able to pretend I'm talking to someone.
He's at the top.
Okay. Hi. So I only sent 3 books to that signing. I was actually on strike from CGC like a year leading up to that. But there were 3 books that I thought I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. And big surprise, they were all Wizard number 1s. There was 1 newsstand and 2 SDCC copies. All of them I thought were 9.6s as a base with a shot at a 9.8. Now, 2 of them came back the 9.6s that I was hoping. It was 9.6 or better would satisfy me. They had 1 came with the full Todd signature, very happy. I did the custom scroll label and all of that. 1 of them came back a 9.0. Now I wouldn't have submitted it if I wasn't, excuse me, if I was anticipating a 9.0.
Right.
And so, but here's the thing that I really don't like about Signature Series books. Once you put yourself into the Signature Series system, see if a blue label comes back and I'm not satisfied with the grade, I crack it out myself, take it under my own control, press out any imperfection, resubmit it, do whatever I feel like doing. I can control that.
Right.
And I do it all the time and I do it successfully. And then, well, knock on wood, hopefully that continues. That sounded a bit arrogant. But with a yellow label, you're vulnerable, or whatever the word is. You're stuck with CGC. You can't crack it out because that breaks the chain of verification or witnessing. You're not going to get that yellow label situation again. So you actually have to submit it back to them, to their pressing division, which was a company called CCS. Now they've rebranded it as CGC Pressing. It's the same thing. They've just given it a different name. And so this was the first time I had to do that, because this 9.0, I thought, how is this a 9.0? You know, and I noticed one little dent on it, but not a 9.0 dent. So in its yellow label with the scroll, sent it back to CGC, plastered notes all over it. Mitigate this dent. And also notes saying, give me my label back. You know, whatever this new grade is, it's not going to be a 9.0 because this book's not a 9.0, but I'm not losing this label. And wouldn't you know it, it came back a 9.6 with the McFarlane label. They actually granted me the McFarlane label.
How long ago was that, Manu?
It was right after I got the books back. So the question is about timing, right? Like, you guys might have done the mechanical errors later, and they might have run out at that time, and I might have gotten lucky at that time, right? And so because those books came back to me not early, they came back to me like mid-February, if I remember correctly. But immediately I said, 9.0, no, send it back. It's not like I dilly-dallied. The next day it was back at CGC. So it was probably just a timing thing, and I probably got to it sooner than most people did with their mechanical errors, I would assume. I don't know.
Yeah.
Please get your hashtag MentalCons in.
And with that signing, again, there was just so many thousands of books that the dude had to come back over like 8 months span just to be able to sign it. So there were so many errors and opportunity for mistakes to have happened from the beginning of it.
Absolutely.
You know, there was so much mishandling of it. And like, even with my situation, I had to send these books back. Like, it was 13 books in particular. Had to get mechanical error sent back. Like, hey, here's before and after pictures. These books were not pressed. Cause like, I also recommend, if you send anything for a signature series, add CGC to press it as well. Just pay the extra $20 to cover your own butt, and kind of like, don't have any questions about it later. It's more, I'd recommend you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not be able to have it because of the yellow label situation. Like how we were just talking about, if you send it first.
I got another.
Go ahead. This is the first time you and me have ever hung out. I got
another question for you. I like talking about this.
But no,
right. And you press books and you deal with CGC, right? So it's really fun. How can Valor and I get a split screen and we could really go at it? I got a good question for him. When you're paying CCS for a pressing, but it's fine. When you're paying CCS for a pressing, is there some part of you that feels like you're just greasing their pockets for the grade?
Every day.
Okay.
Every single day.
It because
because I know you've seen as much as I have. They're pressing to joke. Like there's nothing good that comes from it. And I've even had conversations with like other dealers for CGC and everything like that, where they will recommend that people don't crack the book, send the book slabbed as is, and allow them to crack it and press it, and often bump the grades. Like it was a mess up. It was a huge mess up, but it was actually Justin's books. # Uncle Justin. He had a Young Avengers #1, right? Cleaned it and pressed it. So we sent off Young Avengers 1, 2, 3. Clean press all of them. I know for a fact #1 that's not getting a 9.8 because I've seen the defects in it, and they weren't pressable defects. Like by my criteria, it's like 9.4, 9.6. So come back and the wrong books are with the wrong holder. So #1 was labeled #3 with like a 9.4 grade. #2 was #1. #3 was #2, so forth and so on. Like it's botched, and it was botched enough to where all the grades for the books were also put into question as well. So it's like, even though I'm looking at #1, but you're telling me it's #3 and it's a 9.8. So which is it? Is the issue #3 a 9.8 or is #1 a 9.8? So they mix matched all of it, and it comes back through a mechanical error. #1's a 9.8, and then it went down. Like all they did was just try to make the customer happy, which is fine because you did make it right by them, but it was dishonest because I know for a fact that like by your standards, that's not right.
Right.
So even
Right.
though CGC is still
No.
the gold
Yeah.
standard for comics, they have just as many flaws as everybody else.
Absolutely. And you know, speaking about CCS for pressing, right? Oh no, I like when Valor was on the screen. Speaking
But you're
about
talking
CCS
now.
for pressing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, makes sense. Oh yeah, talking stick. You know, they have different tiers for pressing. You can, I don't know what the lowest tier is, maybe $30, I'm not sure, but it goes all the way up to 150 as a baseline for their quickest tier. But if 3% of the book's value exceeds 150, then it's whatever 3% of the book's value is. And I recently was speaking to a friend of mine that deals in high dollar books, and I was really surprised to know that he actually, well, now they call it unlimited value, but the tier used to be called walkthrough. He actually walked through presses and walked through grades his high dollar books with CGC. And I was like, wait a second, you're sending $15,000, $20,000 books to CCS? And he said, man, I've had good success with them. But now I'm putting his business out there, but I'm not saying who it is, and I'm not saying the book. I'll tell you a nightmare story.
Oh, I love nightmare stories.
Well, I got them for you. And I just had a nightmare that just turned into a dream. I'll tell you that one as well. But it didn't turn into a dream because of them. It turned into a dream because me and my presser decided to say, screw your complimentary press, screw your apology. I will pay you to grade this book again, but I'm going to press it myself. They damaged the book, pressed it. We took it from a 9.2 to a 9.6. And so I'll talk about that later. But here's this book that this same friend that, you know, holds CCS in high regard with the high value books. He thinks there's different treatment in different tiers, which makes sense.
Right.
And so he sent this book that was a 9.2 or a 9.0 that he had cracked out, identified that there was opportunity for an increase here. A 9.6 of this book is worth like anywhere between $16,000 and $20,000. A 9.4 of the book is worth about $8,500, and the 9.0 is like $4,000, $3,500, something like that, right? So he buys the 9.0, sends it to CCS, they press it, gets it graded. The grade pops. He got the 9.6. Okay. He's anticipating the book. He's happy. It's coming back to him. It comes back to him. He takes that out of the box or whatever. It's mangled in one of the corners. They like pinched it into the inner encapsulation. So the book is not a 9.6, but it got graded a 9.6 because it was damaged in the last part of the bit before it got shipped out, you know?
Yeah.
So obviously he's not satisfied with that. They say mechanical error. They send it back. They said, well, we'll do our best to preserve this 9.6, but if we press it and it's no longer a 9.6, we can't encapsulate it inaccurately. So they pressed it, you know, CCS did the best they could. It is now a 9.4. They were never able to get it back to the 9.6 status. So even him, someone that holds CCS in high regard, has dealt with issues, right? Because the problem that I have with trusting CCS, even if they sometimes do a good job, is I think it's in our best interest to try to keep the amount of time your book stays at that business to a minimum, right? The less time that any employee over there handles, touches, sorts, moves it around, or shelves it, the better. The less time, the better. But I hear what you're saying. If you're going for a signature series, have your presser press it, and just go ahead and opt in for a press over there too. Chances are that's going to go in your favor. Chances are.
All right, guys, gotta hop in here real quick on you. Currently at $55 on this one. If we don't have any bids, we're gonna end that one. And
what's behind that? What's behind this area?
There's giveaways. This is all giveaway stack. All that's all giveaway stack. And then these are the Ash Gonzalez sketches for tomorrow. These are Ash Gonzalez sketches for tomorrow. He's got 2 more tomorrow as well. Mysterio at 55. If we don't have any other bids, chat, we're going to end that one. So Marvelous Cards, you're winning that one. I didn't see any other bids. Going back through here, I didn't see any other bids. So 55 on that. That's a great. That's a steal at 55.